Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. It's West Ham United taking on Watford this evening at the London Stadium. Kick-off 1 hour and 5 minutes away, which means official lineups are just 5 minutes away. So we'll get into them in just a minute. How are you doing, Gonzo?
Not bad, thank you. Freshly fed. Better. Is there any other way to be fed? Freshly fed, freshly watered, and ready for the game, mate. How about yourself?
Also freshly fed and freshly watered. Nervous for the game. I wouldn't say I was ready for it. I've got no option really. Kickoff's an hour and 5 minutes away. Whether I like it or not, if I'm ready or not, it's kicking off. But yeah, I'm a bit nervous, a bit anxious for tonight. It feels like an important game. There's the game itself, then there's tonight's about allocating, and there's also the Zouma thing hanging over it as well. So it feels like a big game for a few different reasons, actually, rather than just 3 points on the board. There's more meaning behind tonight's fixture. Kurt Zouma, do you want to see him in the starting lineup or not?
No, I don't think so. You're only at the beginning of this as well. This is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So I think it'd be a bad move. I think the club would suffer a lot of criticism if they put him in for tonight, because as anticipated would happen, the RSPCA are going to report him to the police, and at that point, because it was all done in front of children as well, then there's going to be other implications to that further down the line as well. So I think it would be a very, very silly thing to do to include him in the team.
Well, we'll get official confirmation as to whether Kurt Zouma is in the team in the next 3 minutes or something. Disregarding that bit of news, I know it's pivotal, but how's your confidence? We were a bit negative in the preview, if you like. Have you got any more optimism in you, or are you still a little bit downbeat?
It's not downbeat. It's just
it's your honest opinion. I know
it's just Roy Hodgson, mate. Look, I saw some of the comments. Look, we can't see. I guess we can. We can predict 10-0 every week for West Ham. But it would be reflective, and it wouldn't be true. It'd be someone else's opinion.
It swings and roundabouts, Gonzo. Whenever we predict wins, people just tell us we're being too optimistic. And then when we predict a defeat, people tell us we're being too negative. I'm not really that bothered by what the comments say at the end of the day. It's just our honest opinion. It doesn't mean we're going to be right, or that's what we're hoping to see. It's just a prediction. That's all it is. Simple as that. Really.
Yeah, I can't. You know this. I've always Roy Hodgson's always worried me, and the way he sets up, I always think look, don't get me wrong, I don't think he's Pep Guardiola. I wouldn't want him at West Ham, but I do admire into the career he's carved out for himself, and I think he makes resolute teams. It wasn't just me. I was trying to make the point. It wasn't just me to be worried about Roy Hodgson rocking up at Watford. The last thing Newcastle, Burnley, Norwich, and all those clubs wanted was Roy Hodgson rocking up at Watford, just because they just know he's going to grind it out, and they have a possibility to survive now. So,
go on. Did you see? First of all, Roy basically suggested Sarr might be involved in the team tonight, which I'd be shocked if he's even on the bench. But did you see David Moyes in the club did another boo-boo? Moyes did his press conference saying Lanzini's injured, and about 20 minutes later, the club tweeted a picture of Lanzini in training.
Oh, God.
You just thought, But the thing is, the club are literally typing up what Moyes says in his conference, and still they managed to I know it's probably like a scheduled picture or something, but just communicate quickly. Just communicate. Say, hang on a minute, we've still got a Lanzini picture. We better get that down, because they went on to delete it, which makes it even worse. They realised their mistake and went, oh, delete. And then everybody's obviously screenshotted it and went, well, we've seen it now. So we'll wait and see. Lanzini may be available. He may not be available. It depends if you believe David Moyes or the images on their photo session.
The thing is, this is actually why it's really important to recruit West Ham fans into your positions, because the eagle-eyed West Ham fan in there would know what Moyes said and would have been looking, where's Lanzini? Do you know what I mean? You just would, as a fan, you'd be sort of looking at the pictures. Anyway, if it's just your job and whatever, you could be doing that job at any club or any magazine or anything, then it's just okay. Look, let's just get a picture that goes with the comments. Who cares? It is. I don't know.
Anyway,
too much into it.
To interrupt, he starts. Charlie, I got the team right. Pop it up on the screen. There you go. Magic that was. Lucas Fabianski in goal for West Ham this evening with the back four of Soufal, Dawson, Zouma, and Aaron Creswell. Midfield pairing of Declan Rice and Thomas Soucek. A front three of Jared Bowen, Pablo Fornals and Said Benrahma, with Mikel Antonio as the lone striker for the Hammers this evening against Watford. Kurt Zouma starts.
The trouble is, I really don't look. For those of you who haven't seen it, I did a video on Kurt Zouma earlier. I don't want this build-up to be dominated by Kurt Zouma. I think he's dominated quite enough. But let's just get let's get it out of the way. I'd rather not discuss it for the rest of the preview, if that's all right. I'll just say my piece now and then be done with it. Okay, so the club turns around and said that they were going to deal with this internally and privately. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. Deal with it externally and publicly. Okay, because the club were at pains to say, "Oh, we don't condone animal violence." Well, nobody thought you did. Nobody thought you did. Okay, so let's just get that right. But you have to be seen to be doing the right thing. I think this smacks of getting the result above and beyond the right thing to do. Let's just make one thing really, really clear about that, because you're dealing with animal cruelty and animal welfare, and it's against the law. And so that's been broken. Not only that, it was done in front of children, it seemed to me when I was watching it. And it wasn't as if that video came across as something that was a shock to everybody there. If you hadn't seen the footage and you just heard the noises, that would have sounded like any family eating dinner, playing Monopoly. It sounded fun. They were having fun when that was happening. And that sheds a whole extra light into it. So there's actually a whole thing about them not knowing whether it's wrong or not, and it brings in some wider implications. Somebody needed to do the right thing here, and I think the wrong thing has been done. I understand that not everyone's an animal lover. I absolutely get that, but you must, even if you don't, understand that this is unacceptable behaviour, and particularly in front of children, particularly to feel it's acceptable to share that out there. And clearly the player doesn't know right from wrong, because he turned around and said, "I'm sorry if I've offended him." I sort of offended, mate, you know. Clearly he doesn't know right from wrong on this instance. This was an opportunity for the club to take a stand here. Now, we don't know whether it's the club or I suspect it's just the manager said, "I'm going to pick him anyway. I'm standing by my player." It looks like, as I say, particularly bearing in mind there's animals there and it all happened in front of children. It looks like we've chosen the chance of 3 points above and beyond the right thing to do. That's my opinion on it. I'd like to draw a line under it now if we can. If you want know any more details, myself and Geo spoke about it in the Patreon breakfast this morning. I did a video on the forum channel earlier. It's about Isla tonight. It is really her night. This is so just sort of focus on the team and focus on that if we can.
Yeah, that's why I'm disappointed he's starting, because of the Isla thing. I think if it wasn't Isla's night tonight, I'd sort of maybe understand it a little bit more from David Moyes' standpoint, but it's overshadowed what is supposed to be a tribute and a celebration of life of a little warrior that inspired thousands of West Ham fans, but it's now about a centre-back that angered thousands of West Ham fans. And like you said, the club are putting 3 points above all else here. Forget models, forget principles, forget the law, forget about messages, role models, forget all that. 3 points is the most important thing, and that's why Kurt Zouma's playing. I'm not surprised. I expected him to play tonight because, like I said, you look at our current squad. Masuaku's spat in another player's face, still at the club. Janet Bowen did racist tweets from before joining West Ham, but they got brought to light whilst at West Ham, still at the club. Thomas Soucek defended racism a few months ago, still at the club. And then you've got Darren Randall, who allegedly assaulted his ex, and West Ham benefited from that. We took advantage of that domestic abuse and brought him to West Ham United. So it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I think Kurt Zouma had done wrong, and up until this point, West Ham had done nothing wrong. It was a case of, what are you going to do, though? And I think they've made a bit of an error tonight putting him in there, actually. What I will say, though, Moyes has got some serious bollocks. That's what I will say. And that's almost meant to be his praise to the manager. At least the manager has got a bit of cojones here that says, you know what? No, I'm putting my player in there. Whether you agree with it or not is one thing, but I think it's a statement from the manager, and it's something that's going to require spite. He would have thought, Moyes will have thought this through. Moyes hasn't just thought, oh, bugger it, I'm not listening to anything. Moyes will have thought this through and weighed up the pros and cons, decided to go with it. But anyway, the team footballing on the pitch, in terms of football, what are you thinking?
It's a good team. It's a good team. Obviously, that answers the Lanzini question as well. So apologies to the person in the press room there. Obviously, it was all correct. Apologies to David Moyes, who was right. Lanzini is injured unless it turns out he's on the bench, in which case apologies to nobody. Yeah, it's a good team, Geo. I wanted to see Soufal there for a little bit of grit, a little bit of battle. Dawson has to play because we'll just look what happened with Diop's one there. So good. It's good to see Antonio back. I'm really hopeful. We needed him there. We need him to be present for this one and to be in fine form. Fornals is going to play in a position that you wanted him to play, it seems, which is good. You know, you particularly wanted him. You're not sure. You think Ben Rama might
Ben
play
Rama in the middle and Fornals on the left, won't we? But it's 50-50, I think.
You know what? Yeah, that's me. Me assuming the other thing. Cresswell be good. Another game under his belt. I'm sure he'll be looking. I need a big performance from Souček today. I really do feel that. He seems to be again living in the shadow of Declan Rice there to a certain extent. I can't help but think, though, in this particular game, that Antonio is the key man. If Antonio is fit, Antonio is firing and right up for it, Antonio makes the difference in this game. And I hope he comes out with a massive point to prove. I think he's got a point to prove anyway. It's nothing. His attitude is never in question. Is he jet-lagged really and stuff like that? So I'm hopeful that we're going to see a really good Antonio. Because I think if he does, then hopefully we're too much for Watford. But it's difficult. It's hard to call, particularly bearing in mind everything that's gone in the past few days at West Ham. It's a very, very tough game to call.
I think it's probably our best possible starting 11 out of all the players available to him, really. I mean, that is our first choice back five. You know, Moyes confirmed his press conference, Fabianski's his number one goalkeeper. There's absolutely no doubt who his first choice right back and left back is, and his centre backs are. It's his first choice centre midfield pair, and it's his first choice striker who David Moyes has shown a lot of faith in with the January transfer window, actually. While we all focus, and rightly so, about the lack of alternative to Mikel Antonio, it's easy to ignore some things. And one of the things that we have been given in January, which we've overlooked, is the faith that Moyes has shown in Antonio, despite him not being in the best form. And Moyes himself has said he's knackered and stuff. But the man just decided, I'm going to go with the rest of the season with only him as my striker. That's a massive vote of confidence in him. Whether he should have done that or not, it remains to be seen. But that's what David Moyes has done. He said to Mikel Antonio, you're my number one striker. There's hardly anyone out there that can come in and take your spot. So he's got that. And I'd argue that's his first choice, 3 attacking midfielders as well, to be honest with you. Perhaps Lanzini on his day, but at the start of the season anyway, that's what we were lining up with. So no excuses tonight from a West Ham point of view, really. I think Moyes has got his best 11 on the pitch. It is a bloody good 11 as well. We've got one of the most informed players in the Premier League in Jared Bowen, one of the most informed players in the Premier League, and Declan Rice in there. There's lots to be positive about that West Ham team. Now, I will battle through the bench for you. David Moyes' Lanzini trick did not work. Areola is on the bench, along with Ben Johnson, Ryan Fredericks, Issa Diop, Mark Noble, Alex Kral, Manuel Lanzini, Nikola Vlasic, and Andre Yarmolenko. No youngsters on the bench. But what's the point of Yarmolenko? Do you know what I mean? Kidminster Harriers, and he still gets on the bench. This is a bit of rugby, really. Why is he there?
I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with this. I'm not going to go with what I just said about that. Look, before all this kicked off the other day, I said I was I wasn't the only one, by the way. I'm not standing here as the moral compass of West Ham, by the way. There's a lot of people, a majority of people, very unhappy with what Yarmolenko did against Kidderminster. I think we're missing a little bit of moral fibre here. It has to be said with what's going on here. He's also, let's be fair, was bloody useless as well. So it's just time to. I want to see Oko flex. That's who I'd like to see there, Gio. I know you liked what you've seen from him. I totally agree with what you said and your reasoning for him being in there. My Perkins on there. I know he's not quite ready, but a little bit of summit to give. It's a stale. It looks stale to me. You know, Krau is just going back, isn't he? Krau's going back to CSK Moscow, who didn't get in touch to ask for him back either. The only one I'd look at on there, and I sort of actually there's two. I'm pleased to see Johnson and Lanzini on there. Those two, I think, okay, fellas, more than happy for them two to to come off the bench if necessary. This is a tough one. You say about Moyes having a big set of Niagaras for this one. He's this is a real test of his managerial pedigree here. Actually, his capabilities. There's got to be a funny mood around the camp. There just has to be at the moment because of everything. To galvanise this lot, to have this lot motivated, to get a real lift out of this team, and to have them sort of vibrant and full of energy at the start of the game, where they can really I don't just mean impose whatever tactical plan David Moyes has got, but actually have the energy to see it through and the will to fight and scrap against a team who are going to be motivated. As far as I am aware, have suffered no controversy in the last little while. It's going to be a real test of his management and the backroom team. The backroom have got a lot of work. The backroom team have got a lot of work to do for this one, mate.
I'm a bit worried if we are a goal down. While I say he's got his strongest 11 out there, that bench is not strong. If we're a goal down, I think what do you do? You've got Vlasic and Lanzini to bring on, but is that enough? I'm not so sure. And I just don't get the point of Yarmolenko being on. Well, I get why he's there, because Moyes will never drop an experienced player for the bench and put a youngster on it. He just won't do it. He won't ever leave out Yarmolenko and put Okaflex in there. It's almost like he's too afraid of upsetting the big earners at West Ham or something. What message does this send to Okaflex? Say, sorry, mate, it doesn't really matter how good you're doing on 23. So that guy that you sat on the bench at Kidderminster and watched play rubbish for 120 minutes, he's still ahead of you in the pecking order. Sorry, you're just going to have to go back to the 23s for a bit. But anyway, would you like to know the Watford team?
I would love to. Thank you very much.
There's a slight formation change. Roy Hodgson is throwing a bit of a curveball at David Moyes here. Ben Foster is in goal as always, and they've got their standard back four recently with the new signings as Kiko Femina right back, Kamada left back, and then they've got Samir and Cathcart at the centre back positions. But they've got four midfielders who are all centre midfielders on paper. So take your pick as to how they're lining up here. They've got Kayambe, who they signed in January as a defensive midfielder. They've got Tom Cleverley. They've got Sissoko, and they've got Kutcha as well. Then they've got two strikers in Josh King and Emmanuel Dennis. Dennis back from his one-match suspension. So formation change. It looks like 4-4-2, but using sort of four centre midfielders, Gonzo.
Yeah. Well, the old wingless wonders spring to mind. Very un-Hodgson-like, isn't it? I mean, it's very un-Hodgson-like to do that. That'd be very rare for him to do that. I've got to say, I would struggle even thinking back and thinking of Fulham. He was in charge at Blackburn for a while, Liverpool for a while. I can't think of too many. England, obviously, can't think of too many Hodgson teams that would line up that way. It just makes me wonder if he's got
what's he up to?
Something, yeah, I know. He's forgotten to be Roy Hodgson.
There's a reason for it. What's he up to, eh?
I don't know. He's sneaky, very sneaky. Possibly King is on his own up front. Maybe Dennis is playing wide, and maybe there's another bit of width from somewhere else on that pitch who he's looked at training and thought, actually, I'm going to convert you and I'm going to use you as a wide player on the left, possibly.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Is he going sort of 4-5-1 to really pack out the midfield, or is he going 4-4-2 and maybe like a narrow diamond in the middle? But I can't see that happening, because then you're just giving Creswell and Soufal license to bomb forward down the sides, aren't you? So I can't really see him giving West Ham space out wide. A graphic come out today with Athletic showing like where teams have possession. Basically, who has more possession in this grid? Is it you or your opponent? West Ham have it down the sides a lot. Nothing in the middle, just down the sides they have it more, whereas our opponents have it more often in the middle of the pitch. Rice has got one bit of grid and Souček's is not there, which would insinuate Souček's not very good on the ball. So I don't really know what Roy's doing with this four. Cleverly has been playing attacking midfielder kind of position for Watford on and off. So unless he's trying to do something with that, with Cleverly and Dennis playing either side of Josh King or something, strange one. But anyway, the bench for Watford this evening contains just the one ex-West Ham player. Seeing if it's Ashley Fletcher still at Watford. Don't know. Anyway,
that's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. That's a quote from Star Wars. I think that's Obi-Wan Kenobi says.
Anyway,
I don't think he's playing either.
Yeah. So we've got Backman, we've got Messina, Ngaki, I've got Sima, Luza, Pedro, Kalu, Cabaselli, and Hernandez as well. What do you make of the Watford team? Well, you've done that. Bet time. Ready for a bet?
Bedtime.
Yeah, well, soon. Right, ladies and gentlemen, on the live chat for you who are unaware, how we do the build-up show. First of all, where you been? We do one of these for every single West Ham United game, as well as a watch-along. So if you've not been here before, make sure you come back before the Leicester game on Sunday. But what we're going to do now, we're loading up the old Bet365. Myself and Gonzo are going to stick a little bet on. And if the bet wins, we're going to give one of you guys the winnings. We'll tell you how to get involved in just a minute. What are you feeling, Gonzo?
Why don't we do something a little bit different? So, well, I'm not going to. What about Fornals to score? We don't select him very often.
Yeah, right.
Just to get those odds up, you know.
Fornals to score, yeah, this is good odds. That. Fancying West Ham to win?
No, but we can't bet. We can't. No, I don't. I think, as I said, I think it'd be brilliant. I said if I thought it was this lineup, I thought it'd probably be a draw tonight. That being said, I'm not impressed with Watford's team, actually. I think we can win it. Actually, I've changed my mind seeing Watford's team. That is...
Okay, anything else? West Ham corners. We love sticking West Ham corners in there. Let's have a little look. Right, we're going to need someone else. We're going to need a player to get booked. Is there anyone else you're fancying? Otherwise, I'm going to stick in my player.
Do your one, mate. I've gone. I've given a goal scorer. You tell us. You do the booking.
I'm going to go for a curveball, and I'm going to go when I can find him. I'm going to go for Kamara. His card bet record in France was average. Nothing to write home about, but he's up against Jared Bowen tonight. And because he's not been booked in the Premier League yet, he's quite good odds, actually. But once he gets a couple of yellow cards in the Premier League, his odds will be generous. He's 6-1 tonight. So let's get that bet on. That's 200 quid. So the following 4 things happen in tonight's game. We'll give one of you guys £200. So we've got Pablo Fornals to score a goal, West Ham to win, West Ham to have 5 corners or more, and Kamara, Watford's left back, to get a yellow card. £200 cash. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
Watford are the losers.
Oh, yes. Have a look at that Watford bench and get the spelling right. Watford are the losers. L-O-U-Z-A. Get that in the live chat, please. And we'll have a little click on it. Right. You've seen the teams, Gonzo. What are you thinking?
I think it's almost our best team. It's almost our best team. And I'm not sure it's almost Watford's best team. So I also think, I'm sure they'll be well drilled. That's it, Doug. That's the one, mate. I'm sure they'll be well drilled. I'm sure they will. And we know what he does. And it was really interesting watching him on Sky Sports. There he was. Roy was out there. A fair play at his time of life. Out there with the old, not dressing gown. That'd be different. What do they wear? Tracksuits. He had tracksuit on. Ray Lewington was out there, and I just thought there's a couple of wily old foxes there. They know what they're doing, these boys. They would have been well drilled on the training ground, but I do think we've got a lot of quality in our team. I really do. I think Rice is top quality, Cresswell's delivery, Bowen, Antonio. These are brilliant players out there, and I think those lot in particular can really get the best out of these, and they can be as organised as they want. If we can get our corners going today, which have been misfiring a little bit of late, Cresswell and Bowen can whip over those corners for us. Fornals don't take a bad corner either. Then don't rule out Souček or Dawson getting a goal in this one. Actually, I'll tell you what. You know what the script is here, didn't you? You know who scores the header in this one, didn't you?
Mr. Dawson?
No, Zouma.
Oh, I thought you meant Dawson against his former club, but yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah, well, yeah. I'd prefer that, to be fair. There's your story. Like they were booing Dawson last time. I had to laugh at that, as I mentioned in the preview. We've got a feeling someone else will be getting booed today, but yeah, I'm more confident now. Seeing the two teams.
I'm more optimistic. I wouldn't use the word confident, but I'm a bit more optimistic, actually. More because of the Watford team. I think that's a team I expected from West Ham. So I'm not really, when I saw the West Ham team, I didn't really think too much. But now I've seen a Watford one. A bit of a gamble from Roy, changing formation. Bearing in mind, they only played Saturdays. Only had a couple of days with them on the training ground. It's a bit risky to implement new tactics with just 2 days ahead of a game like West Ham. Strange. I'm surprised. Anyway, before we go any further, don't go anywhere. We're here for another couple of hours. So I'll tell you about a little competition we've got running. Gonzo.
I'm not in a competition.
This one.
El Capitan.
This is the Mark Noble captain's armband signed by Mr. West Ham himself. And we've got the Declan Rice one as well, which I have dropped.
But Rice hasn't been dropped. Just in case you're tuning in, Rice hasn't been dropped from this.
Neither has Zouma. But anyway, here's a Declan Rice. This is Declan Rice captain's armband. We're giving them both away. We're giving one to an existing patron. There was a patron prior to Saturday. So if you're already a patron, you're happy days. You've entered into it. You're not a patron. You're thinking, oh, bugger. Don't worry. If you sign up to our Patreon, you will be entered in the draw for the second captain's armband. To get involved, you go to patreon.com/HammersChat. Link is in the description below. But not only do you get entered into all that, you unlock all the new content. Tomorrow morning, myself and Gonzo will be doing the player ratings series where we take a look at tonight's game, give everyone a rating out of 10. Got lots of content over there at the minute, so go head on over if you're a patron. If not, patreon.com/HammersChat. From £3.50 per month, that's your all in, no VAT on top of that. It's £3.50 per month. If you join up for a year, you save 10% on your subscription as well. A massive thank you to everybody that's supported us so far. Huge thanks. Right, do you want to take a look at the live chat, see what they're all saying?
Only the nice ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of comments about it. Right, in the live chat now, get your thoughts in. It can be, I normally say about the West Ham team. It can be about the West Ham team, the Watford team, how you see the game going, anything in regards to today's game. Get in the live chat and let's have a little look at what you're all saying. Steve says, still think we should change the system. Too many defensive players, only 4 attacking players at home to Watford. 4-1-4-1 or 4-1-3-2. See, on paper it's 4, but Creswell and Soufal are attacking players when we're in possession.
They are, and I mean, look at Declan Rice's goal the other day. I mean, he's not going to sit there. I know he started his career as a centre half, but he's so much more than just a sitting midfielder. Now it's one thing you say about West Ham, even when we're playing poorly. I know often there maybe is not someone in the centre forward striker position when the ball comes over, but I tell you what, we pack that box. When we get balls over, we get wide. We get a lot of bodies in the box. When we do attack, so I'm not so worried about
that. George says, good enough for Moyes in the club. It's good enough for me. Just hope there's no booing as it's Isla's night tonight. Alice just saying the same. Hope people focus on Isla tonight instead of booing Kurt Zouma. Andy said he's nervous for this evening. He hopes he's wrong.
Well, he's not wrong. If you're nervous, you're nervous, Andy. You can't be wrong, my friends. You're either nervous or you're not, matey.
Thank you to Somerset, who's just saying if you've not joined Patreon, do so. He joined this month and content is superb. Well done. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much indeed.
We don't mind promoting Patreon because we're proud of the content we produce over there. We think it's good quality content. When we first did Patreon, we're trying to sell a vision, if you like, which is a bit difficult and very nerve-wracking. But now we know what we've done. We've been doing Patreon for 2 years now, I think. We can look back and say, actually, no, we do some good stuff over there. We've just added a new series on Monday where we tier listed the defenders and the goalkeepers and in terms of pound notes, which was a bit different. So we'll be doing our midfield and striker one next week as well. Right, let's have a look at what you're all saying. It's hard to not click on everything's.
I know. So we're struggling a little bit here because there's so much to do with Zouma and cats, basically, that we're just trying to concentrate on the football for tonight. Basically.
Danny says, fair play to Moyes for sticking Zouma out to play. That's like saying you messed up, you deal with it. You deal with the stick coming your way, get on with it. Chippy says he thinks Hodgson's plan to overload Rice and Soucek with runners in the middle of the park would work for Leeds. Not a bad point, that.
Yeah.
You do press our defence in particular as well. You will get mistakes. We will give you chances. So,
but which is a good observation. But it is Hodgson sacrificing his footballing beliefs, really. But look, you don't work that long in anything, in any job, all your life and not pick up a trick or two. So, yeah, maybe he has.
Rail says, just hope our crosses are better and we take a few shots outside the box.
Well, I think if there's one thing you can guarantee is Ben Rama will have a shot outside the box. In fact, I don't know if could we bet on that? That will happen. I promise you. In this game, Ben Rama will have a shot from outside the box.
Steve says that we're always likely to slip up against the likes of Watford. I'd be more confident if we were played Chelsea or Man United.
Yeah, but we got to shift that that reputation. We really do. If we've got any designs on pushing on, it'd be such a shame if the second half of the season petered out. And if we've got to go and win these games now. We really need a good February and March. We really do.
And thank you to Brian for the 10. What's that? What currency is that, Gonzo? Is it what is it in China? The Chinese franc?
What's in China?
Yeah.
Lots of Chinese people.
Anyway, Brian says I must win tonight. Something for the biscuit tin. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much.
Lanzini's on the bench, despite Moyes' little trick. The club sussed him out.
It's Swiss francs. Arthur says it's Swiss francs. Everyone says it's Swiss francs. I think we do this every time, Geo. So I do. I think there's people watching this now going, "Crikey, you boys!" Every time, many times I've got to tell you. I think every time we say, "What's that?" we think it's Chinese, and it's actually Swiss francs. I think we're just thick. Thank you. We have a Toblerone.
Do you think it's CH after Swiss cheese?
After Toblerone.
Maybe. Never know. Greg says 3-0. Ben Rama, Bo and Antonio. Moyes likes to drop a baffling decision now and again, and playing Zouma is one of them. Michael said we could do with a big performance tonight for several reasons, and he also says pitching is brilliant.
Thank you, Michael.
Join up, you won't regret it. Thank you very much. Paying the patrons this morning really worked, Gonzo. They're doing their their shit in, aren't they?
Dishing it out.
Celtic Camera says Dinosaur Hodgson hiding a caveman club down his pants to club himself over the head.
I had a picture of Captain Caveman. Remember that? No, you wasn't. You're too young. He was a cartoon, Captain Caveman. People will. Well, you won't. People will. Someone back me up here. Someone's got to be as old as me.
Doug wants to see a big performance from Antonio. I think that's the thing. We sort of spoke about it in the preview. You spoke about it tonight. It feels like tonight's game almost hinders on the performance of Antonio, really, because if Antonio plays crap, the rest of the team seem to suffer, really. But if you can get him in beast mode, you've almost got half a chance before the game is even kicked off, really. You're almost like one up on the opponent to have him in that form. Plus, it'll be interesting to see how this Watford centre-back gets on. Like he looked all right against Burnley, but it's Burnley. It was easy enough. It'd be interesting to see how he copes with Antonio. I think this would be someone. What have you seen that you're smirking at?
No, I'm it's affection. I order Captain Caveman because he had a shout. I'm not going to do it because it's a little bit loud, and people are going to think that geezer's down. It's very loud when he shouts Captain Caveman. But yes, I'll just appreciating all the Captain Caveman stuff.
Dan says 3-1 West Ham. Michael says big night for Soufal. He's not been himself lately. Time for big performance.
Who's he been? Who's he been?
Don't know.
As long as he's not been Yarmolenko, we should be all right. I'll settle for Soufal.
I think he's been playing like Captain Caveman as well.
Oh no, he hasn't. Captain Caveman was fantastic.
Anyway, James says Ben Rama scores tonight. 5 to go for a 40-1 winner. I'm on that bet as well. 40-1 for Ben Rama to score 10 league goals this season. He's got 5, so we need 5 more from Ben Rama for a 40-1 winner for the season. So
10 league goals.
Yeah, 40-1.
Oh, I might as well have wiped your bum with you. How much? I guess it's £1, isn't it? Whatever. I bet
I've had a pound on. I had a 5.
You might as well have wiped your ass with a £5. Quite frankly, you're never gonna get that. You should have given it to me. I'd have taken your £5. You're never going to score 10 league goals. Yardaway,
after 19 league games, he had 5 league goals.
Mate, do you know what? I think you've wasted your £5. As I say.
We might have done, but we'll find out. 40-1 is far too big a price for somebody who in pre-season was threatening to score a hat-trick every single game.
Do they count? They count the pre-season ones today?
No, but it encourages you. It encourages you. Say, go on, have a £5.
Conor Coventry is very good in pre-season.
Right. Would you prefer Soufal or Johnson in the starting lineup? It was Johnson for me, but it was Soufal for Gonzo.
Yeah, I'd like a Soufal to give it a full Captain Caveman, but bit of scrappy do today. Different cartoon character that.
Dino Casino, what a name! Dino Casino.
I like it. I like it.
Said I'd like to see more decisiveness in the final third. The team seemed to be lacking the ability to make the quick transition from defence to attack they showed earlier in this season. I mean, Ben Rammel's very decisive. As soon as he gets the ball, he's decided he's going to have a shot, regardless of where he is on the pitch.
He can't decide where it's going to go, but he's going to have a shot.
Leo says, tonight's going to be a boost to our season. I know it's early, but I think the result has a lot behind it, especially behind the Kidders.
Kidders? Do you mean Kidderminster?
Well, Kidderminster, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, good. I like it. Good attitude. Yeah, I mean, a bit of positivity. Look, we can be as positive or as negative as we want. It's for Moyes. Hopefully Moyes has instilled some positivity in the team. It's really important. If we get it, if he can tap into something, this is psychology now. This is man management. This is all of that stuff to G him up, you know?
That's a good comment from Gary. You get a top 4 performance tonight, not a top 10 performance. I like that. What an excellent comment that is. Just sometimes you just see comments underneath videos or in live chat, you think, well done, lad. I get a few of them. Sometimes you see someone, you almost, it's so good. You just agree.
Why would you assume it's a lad?
Well, his name's Gary.
Oh, fair enough.
It's usually a masculine name, isn't it?
Very, very.
But if I'm wrong,
beefy masculine.
If I'm wrong, Gary can contact me, and I will refer to him in whatever plurals he wishes. Going forward, I probably won't. I'll probably forget. But
there you go. I think it's Gary. Gary is as a manly man, I'm sure.
Right. Let me get rid of this person in the live chat that keeps making comments about Zouma. Let's get him out of here.
There you go.
No need for that. Get him out of here. Right. Anyway. Score predictions. Get them into the live chat, please. What you're saying your score predictions are, Gonzo, in the preview. You said...
I said 1-1 or 2-1.
Zouma starts. And you said 2-0 loss if he doesn't start.
Yeah. And Antonio. It was the Antonio thing. So with this, I said 1-1 if it was this team, basically. I think we'll win. Now, having seen Watford's team. Look, for all the reasons that we said at the start of the video, it's going to be an awkward night for us. But it is at home. It's going to be a weird atmosphere, Geo. The crowd is weird. I don't mean the crowd's weird. The fans are weird. No, it's going to be really odd tonight because the build-up's going to be, I think there's going to be anger. And I think there's going to be sadness, real sadness, because it's just, Isla's touched everyone's hearts for a long, long time. And I mean, real sadness, real sorrow, actually. How we then go after that when, they come on you irons and the bubble starts playing. And it's going to be an odd atmosphere, I've got to say. But if we can get some sort of atmosphere in the ground, ironically enough, I don't necessarily it's going to be lots of West Ham fans booing Zouma because we know it'll be to the detriment of us, of our club, but I think Watford will. So they could boo both centre backs because they're already booing Dawson then. So anytime any of our defence touch the ball, Watford will boo, I'm sure. But I do think the crowd are key tonight. I think they're key to getting some sort of positivity in there. And if the crowd have done that and if Moyes has done his job, I think we might start on the front foot and start with some high energy, hopefully.
Yeah, I said 0-0 in the preview. I'm going to switch up a little bit. I'm going to say West Ham 1, Watford 0. I think Moyes will... I've just got a feeling that Moyes is going to try and go back to basics a little bit. In our defending against Kidderminster was just shocking, like really bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if he puts a little bit of emphasis on that. And the priority tonight is to get a clean sheet first and foremost. And then if you can do that, you only need the one, don't you? And I think we've got that in us. We can't be playing this... We need to score 3 to get a win like we have been recently, whether it was against Leeds, Southampton, Crystal Palace and stuff. We can't be doing that anymore. It's gone on too long. It's not good enough. You should be able to score 2 goals in a game and probably pick up 3 points, at worst 1. So it's a big game. It's a big game tonight. A big game for Kurt Zouma. It is. It is a massive game for Kurt Zouma. It's a massive game for David Moyes. The last thing he needs is Zouma to have a bad game in West Ham, not to win, because then it'll be a case of, well, his head clearly wasn't in the right space and you've picked him, kind of thing. Allocating thing, obviously, as well. There's lots of big reasons for this being a big game for West Ham. And then that's without even thinking about the league table, which is what it all boils down to at the end of the day, points on the board. But again, football seems, well, results, if you like, seems to come second to the Monday to Friday stuff around football, the soap opera around football at the minute. But anyway, don't go anywhere, because while myself and Gonzo are going to disappear, Charlie's coming up with a watch along. He does one of these for every single West Ham game on his own. Gets very interactive with live chat. So if you're sticking around, please do. Speak lots in live chat. Charlie will be clicking on all your messages, having a chit chat with you as well. And myself and Gonzo will be back at full time. Catch you in a bit. You're mute, Charlie. Charlie, you're mute. Charlie out.
Hey, man.
Charlie out. There you go. Basically, Charlie was saying it's sponsored by Stuart Moore's Accountants. Sorted.
Yeah, just click on them, have a look. They're great. Thank you, Geo. Thank you for saving me. Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Hope you can hear me now. What a time to be alive. Thank you to Stuart Moore's Accountants. And thank you to you, of course, as well, for joining. It's going to be a weird game to some extent. Of course, there's a lot going on in the world of West Ham right now. And just in case you haven't seen the lineup, I will run through it now. Let's press the buttons. And as per usual, have I tested it? Have I heck? And we'll see if it works. Will it work? That one will. All these. Okay, it does. This is the West Ham lineup. First of all, by the way, thank you very much to Brian Lee for the 10. I've Googled it, Brian. Swiss francs. Is that what it is? If it is, nice. Love that. 10 Swiss francs. Thank you very much, sir. But yes, let's talk about it. Fabianski, Kufal, Zouma, Kufal, Dawson, Zouma, Cresswell in defense. Rice, Souček, Bowen, Fornals, Benrahma, Antonio. Starting for West Ham, with the bench being Areola, Johnson, Fredericks, Diop, Noble, Krau, Lanzini, Vlasic, Yarmolenko. More attacking players on the bench than usual, but of course, yeah. He's made a big decision there. Watford lining up with Foster in goal. Now, we're testing my brain power here. We have a back four of Kiko Firmino, Samir at centre-back alongside Cathcart, with at left-back Kamara. I think we linked to it. Am I wrong? Were we linked to Kamara at some point? I think we were. A midfield four, it seems, of Kuka, Kayembe, Sissoko, and Tom Cleverley. Don't know who's going to be out wide there. A wild formation change from the boy. Not sure about that one. And then up from Dennis, Emmanuel Dennis. Sorry, I always want to call him Denny for somewhere. And of course, Josh King. So that is the lineup. And now you know the lineup. Let's start it off strong. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? Let me know in chat. I would like to remind you, of course, that we do watch alongs every single match day on this channel. No matter what, I am always here. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you never miss one. And while you're at it, like the video, ladies and gentlemen. We've been doing really well recently. Even on the last one, which was a difficult game, one where we usually wouldn't get many likes. We hit 300. 300's the goal. So we're already at 153. So it's big plays. But let's have a look at some of these. Let's have a look at some of these confidence. I'm relatively confident. I can't lie. Theodore's saying 12-8 for Ray. 1, 6, 7. 8, 8, 6, 6, 1 out of 10. Says the football gamers. Not confident at all. Let's have a look. Where else are we? 7, 6. Football gamers is really just letting us know that it's a 1. 10, 4. Let's have a look. 5, 4. I'll address it. I'll address it out again. I'm going to address the Zouma thing in a second. I just want to get you lot talking because there's obviously going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot on today. So let's talk about it out of the gate. Let's just get it done, right? Let's speak about it. And then you can all know my opinion. I think personally, it's a complete and utter disgrace that he's playing. I'll put it out there. I think it's completely insane. Genuinely, I really do. Okay. Now, Obviously, when you look at it from a West Ham perspective, purely on pitch terms, purely on footballing terms, you look at it and you say this lineup is the strongest lineup possible for West Ham. That's Watford. Give me a second. This lineup is the strongest possible for West Ham. Practically. You could maybe argue one or two people who names in there, right? But relatively, like you might argue Ben Rama for Lanzini or something like that. Fornals for Lanzini, something like that. That is the best possible lineup. But the problem for me is this matter is far from resolved. This is not a resolved matter. If it was resolved, I said to Geo, me and Geo spoke about this, right? Yesterday, and we spoke about it this morning. I said I felt like probably what will happen, he'll miss the day, he'll miss 1 or 2 games, another news story will come along, it will turn into a fan chant that happens. Opposition fans will come, they'll make a laugh and a joke about it, and that'll all it will be, right? Because that's the way news cycles work, okay? This was yesterday, this came out, and he's starting today. I think that's genuinely horrendous. I think it's far. If this issue is not solved by any stretch of imagination, you can put out the apology, but you have a hell of a long way to go before you have any trust from anyone. And I'm not talking about on the pitch, because we can talk about the on the pitch, and I think there's also an argument to say you don't play him today on pitch standards. But specifically when you're talking about from the standpoint of the club as an entity, as a feeling, as something you want to support. And that's my biggest problem here. Something you want to will on, something you want to go, this is my team. I didn't want to see him playing today because I think that's a little bit insane. I think that's mad. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. And the fact that David Moyes has gone with it, I've seen some people, for example, in the chat saying, I've lost some respect for David Moyes over this. Look, I've said a lot of bad things about David Moyes, but even I would have thought, bruv, you could just leave it for today. For today. And let's be real. And this is if there are any Watford fans in there, if there are any Watford fans in the chat, I want to say this is not me trying to dig out your club whatsoever. But there aren't many more teams in the Premier League you would rather you would feel like you could probably miss out on your best centre-back on. There's a couple, but not many. Not many. You know? I think it's ridiculous. Then you talk about it on pitch standards. Obviously, he's our best centre-back. That's clear as all day. Like, obviously it is. He is an incredible centre-back. Had his off days, but an incredible centre-back. However, mentally, is he there for today's game? Is he? I mean, that's the call David Moyes has made here, saying that, yeah, actually, he is ready for today. Because he has got... he was on the front page of The Sun this morning. This isn't some back page nonsense. This isn't something that just, people on Twitter are talking about. No, the front page. The front page. And you've put him in there. Now, obviously, you could say, oh, maybe it has the opposite effect. He really wants to show that he has to step up a gear and prove to himself to the West Ham fans once more. Sure, maybe that's the case. But mentally, is he there? Now, I know the other option is Diop on there, and a lot of people don't want to see Diop. I get that. I understand that. But being realistic, I'm shocked. I'm shocked he's done it. I thought I'll address it now while we're here, just because I know everyone wants to talk about it. I know it's a big old thing today. I know this is going to come up constantly throughout the show. But I'm a little bit surprised, to say the least, that David Moyes has gone with this and stepped into it. I don't know. I'll leave it there. We'll talk about him as a performer from here on out. But it's wild. It's completely and utterly wild. Right. Anywho, now we got that out. Now we got that just out of the way. Now we moved that absolute dickheadery to the side. Yeah. Especially today of all days. Anywho. So, I saw there was a relative amount of confidence there. There was a relative amount of confidence in the chat I saw when we were actually doing that before I started going on about it. There was a huge amount of confidence. Not huge, but there was a decent amount. And I think I would agree. If you're looking at those two sides, I'll start running them along the bottom screen again. If you're looking at those two sides, you're saying ours is infinitely stronger. That is probably on paper our best possible side, I would say. I think that's our best possible side. If you're looking at Watford's lineup, they are obviously missing, say, Ismail Sarr, and there is whatever's going on in that midfield. I don't know. We'll find out how that ends up lining up. But it's not the strongest side possible. Better, definitely better, but not the best possible side, I would make the argument for Watford, mainly because of Sarr and stuff like that. So I can't act like I'm not super confident, not super confident, but I can't act like I'm not relatively confident for this one. I really am. You know, I think there's obviously a lot hanging over the heads of West Ham today, but I think one of the other things that is hanging over the heads is this idea of, you know, Kidderminster. They were better than us. They were just, I want to talk about this in a second. They were better than us. Can't act like they weren't. We did the watch along. We all watched it together. Kidderminster were better than us. They deserved to win that game. Once we got the game deep into the 90th, into stoppage time, it changed. The atmosphere changed. The game's momentum changed, and it was probably ours to win. But they did not deserve to lose that game. And for this group of players to have to come back from that, that's just something else that's hanging over their head. Something we're not even flipping talking about, because there's so many other mad things happening. This has to be some sort of galvanizing factor for their team. And I feel relatively confident that that will work. You know, again, I've said a lot of things about David Moyes. I do think he can galvanize the team. Not always, but I've seen it happen sometimes where we come back, for example, from a first half where it's all over the shop to a second half and all of a sudden we look incredible. Hopefully we see that from the get-go. Let's get a Watford. Let's get a goal and make them play at our pace. Let's make them play the way we want them to play. Let's not just sit back and wait for them, because that's not going to happen against the Roy Hodgson Watford side. Let's get at them. Adam, to answer your question, when does Elise get a shot? Never. David Moyes does not like youth players, apparently. I think it's wild. I think it's a bit wild. And the fact he's not even, like I say, if Zouma was out today, then Diop would probably start, and then Elise would get on the bench, or maybe Elise would start. I think for me, Elise is the closest out of all of the center, the youth players. That's what I was looking for. So I was getting distracted by someone about to ban. Out of all of the youth players, Elise was the one who was closest to first team for me. It was him and then Ashby. And so the fact that we haven't seen him is a bit disappointing for me, because I think really this is the perfect time to happen. It's just not happened. Also, for the usuals who are here and who are seeing all the spam, I'll deal with it as best I can. I'll deal with it as best I can. It is not ideal, but we move. Let's get on to Sub Bingo, shall we? Sub Bingo is, of course, the time where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. We do not want to know who. We just want to know the time it will happen. I'll go 69 minutes as per usual, and I'll bring up the bench just so you can see it. I'll say 69 minutes, and I think Vlasic will come on. I'll say Vlasic for Benrahma. That's the bet. Only because there's still this injury thing hanging over Lanzini's head. We'll see how that ends up. We'll see how it works out. But let's have a look at that. And while we do that, hey, if you were looking for a place to watch the game, I saw someone just mention it a second ago. Sorry, the chat's moving so quickly I couldn't click on your name. But there are ways you can watch it. For example, if you scroll down into the description below, there is a bit there that says join our Discord. If you click on that, it's completely free. It's a lovely West Ham Hammers Chat community, but fans of all clubs are welcome. But more importantly, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, you will find a bit called Stream Links. Click on that and you'll find what you're looking for. Let's have a look at some of the streams. Let's have a look at some of these predictions. Salvi Devo is saying 64th minute, 73rd minute, Lanzini for 4 hours. Yeah, see, I think I would say Lanzini if it wasn't for this injury thing that's happening. I don't know if he's actually, I don't know. I don't know. But personally, yeah. Ray, my boy, 65. Of course, hey, hammerschat.com. Patreon.com/hammerschat. Definitely something you could check out. It's relatively near the beginning of the month. One of the better times to do it. Link in the description below. I've got the donation thing over the top of it. What I should do is do that. There we go. Check it out. Me and Ray, we're doing our live podcast tomorrow. 2 Spanners, 1 Hammer. It will start sometime between 6 and half 6. I think it will start probably about half 6. But come check it out. We've got a brilliant guest on. 71st minute, 49th minute. Common Iron says, Abdul, that's what I'm interested in for the next comment. I always love to see it. Abdul, 78th minute. First minute, Zouma off with a broken leg. I mean, you know, it is what it is. 67th minute. We're not making it easy for you tonight. It's fine. look, it's one of those days. I knew coming into it what it was going to be like today, so I'm not. I'm fine with it. It's calm. 63rd, 73rd, 75th, 45th minute says the Broomfields. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Andrew, good to see you as well. 73rd minute. Ray's making a good point here. Rice and Johnson came through and we got almost 20 million for Dion Garner. Our academy is still clearly pretty good. It's not bad. I don't get why we don't trust them more. I just feel like we should. And we don't. We don't anywhere near often enough, in my opinion. I think it's kind of ridiculous, but I'm not David Moyes. So, and as people keep telling me when I say that, we're fourth. We're not anymore, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. 74th, 71st. Scrolling down, 79 minutes, 67 minutes says Rob's projectable. Love a bit of wool. Love a bit of wool. 71st minute. 45th minute says Arthur, good to see you. There's a lot. See, again, a lot of range here. Again, I would confidently say Lanzini if it wasn't for this injury thing. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I suspect he'll come on and David Moyes was lying. Who knows? We'll find out. Dion Garner, let's be honest, West Ham robbed West Brom. 20 million is too much for him. It was probably too much for him at the time. I don't think he's a bad player by any stretch of imagination. Now they would get nowhere close to 20 million for him, of course. But you know, it was a deal that made sense for all clubs involved. I think we should have kept him, but again, who am I? We're not fifth or whatever we are. 7th minute says James. Well, we'll see. So we are about 8 minutes away from kickoff. Just over 8 minutes away from kickoff. And at this point, I would like your score predictions, everyone. Lob them in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling. Of course, remember, we'll be live throughout the entirety of the day, throughout the entirety of the match. We are here every single match day. Halftime, someone will come on, join me. I'll probably go run away, go pee. Can't lie to you. Come back. We'll do the second half together, and then we'll be live just a little bit after full time, while Geo Gonzo gets set for their live review, and we'll be able to all go in, hopefully enjoy a West Ham win. Hopefully. We'll see how it happens. I'm confident, but we'll see how it happens. Let me put that back on screen just so we can see the starters. 188 likes. Come on. We get 400 possible, people. 400 is possible. Let's have a look at some of these score predictions, shall we? OG saying 1-1, 2-0. Todd's here, evening. Good to see you. I hope you're well. From pleasantly mild Boston, Massachusetts. Love that. It's all right today in London. I can't lie. It's not the worst. 1-1, 2-1, 3-1. 0-0, 3-1, 3-1. Johnny Sins, good to see you. 0-0 says Major 2-2. Where else are we at? 2-2, 3-1, 2-1, 2 for Bowen, 1 for Antonio, says Jenny. Miss Taylor, always good to see you. Bold prediction, but I like it. Saying Antonio's going to score. Well, we hope so. He's back. Again, that's another thing we haven't even spoken about. Antonio's back from Jamaica. He's had all these There's a lot going on today. It's a lot. There's a hell of a lot. 3-1. 2-1 says Charles. Where else are we at? Let's keep scrolling. 2-2. 2-2. 3-0 says Chuck. Good to see you. 2-1. But we need a good start. Strongly agree with that, Lassie. Strongly agree with that. 4-1 says 4-1. 4-1 says Daniel. Sorry. 3-0 says Ert. We'll go with Ert. I'll say this as well to chat just in general. It's more for the people who are here usually. The faithful. Good to see you all. I hope you're all well. If you're getting annoyed with people coming in and shouting stuff, try not to react too much. Because if we're being honest, the whole thing today is kind of insane. So let's not, I understand. Trust me, I understand. I'm sitting here having to deal with it as well. But let's not scream at each other. Let's not start beef with each other. People have every right to be angry. And also, the one thing I'll say is when there is inevitably a minute or a minute of silence or applause or whatever it ends up being for Isla, let's just at least try and deal with that in a respectful manner, and then we can all go back to screaming how Curtis Zouma should be playing everything else. That's fine. But what I would say is when people come in and they're angry, just let them be angry. If it goes too far, I'll try and deal with it. Okay, but this is just to the people. If you're new here, subscribe, like the video. I'm trying. I'm trying. 100-0, bold play. Scott, I won't click on your thing because of what you said. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're all good. Right, let's scroll up. 3-0, bold. Who will win the Super Bowl on Sunday, Charlie? Todd, you'd have to tell me who's in it, because I never concentrate on who's in it until it's happened, the day it's happening. Then I try to watch it, and I don't watch any other match all year. You'd have to tell me who's in it, because it's a loss of me. It's a loss of me. A 2-2 draw says Celtic. 3-2 West Ham will go 3-0 up. Big. Danny Morris is saying 2-1 either way. I can respect that. 3-1. I'll tell you what. There was when we had the Watford fan on the channel earlier on in the week. He was saying probably his head was saying 2-0 West Ham, which should probably give us a little bit more confidence. Adam's saying 3-2 as well. Let's see, where else are we at? The Rams. The Rams. I know the Rams were the one who the Arsenal guy owns. I know that much. Versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals because one, John Moxley is from Cincinnati, and that's a thing for me personally. And two, Bengal Tigers, man, cooler than a Ram. Goats, not on it. I'm just gonna say it, not on it. Anyway, 1-0. Fair enough. Couple of minutes. So Arthur says the teams are beginning to come out. I will remind you once more, if you're here to watch the game, I won't be showing it because otherwise YouTube will come and get me. They won't let you do that, basically. But there are places you can go and see it. For example, in the description below, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see a bit called Join Our Discord. If you click on that, it's a lovely West Ham Hammers chat community that's completely free. Fans of all clubs are welcome. But if you scroll down on the left-hand side, you'll find a bit called Stream Links. Click on that and you will find what you're looking for. Remember, if you are here just for the build-up, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I genuinely appreciate it. Like, subscribe while you're here, while you rock off. But make sure to come back at halftime so you can hear actual West Ham perspective on what's going on, a fan's perspective on the match itself. And then, of course, remember to come back at full time when we will have a full live match review. And if you're sticking around, I will be spamming the link in the chat so you don't have to do a single thing. No work will need to be done from yourselves. I will do it all once more. If you have not seen the lineups, I'll run through them one last time when I definitely don't try to get my stream up. West Ham lineup as such: Fabianski in goal, Kufal, Dawson, Zouma and Cresswell in defence, Rice and Souček in midfield with Bowen, Fornals and Ben Rama in behind Mikel Antonio. The bench: Areola, Johnson, Fredericks, Diop, Noble, Krau, Lanzini, Vlasic and Yarmolenko. Watford lineup as such: Ben Foster starts in goal. You have Kiko Femenia, Samir, Cathcart and Kamara in defence. You have a midfield of Sissoko, Kuka, Kiembe and Cleverly, with Dennis and Big Josh King up front. That's the lineups, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. We are very close to kickoff. Now. Once more, I'll say I hope you're all well. I hope you're all good. Remember, as annoying as things might get today in the chat, everything else, let's try to just contain ourselves, the usual. Anyone new here, like, subscribe to the video. And also remember, like I said, when there is a moment's pause for Isla, be it clapping, be it whatever it is, let's all just make sure to respect that. Even if you're here just to hate, which fair play, you're more than welcome to. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that because I am equally angry that Kurt Zouma is playing. But what I will say, let's just deal with that as we go. Remember, I have a timer up in the top right, so if you want to know how far behind you I am, which will be away today, then make sure to have a gander at that. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to have our moment for Isla. I'll let you know whether it is silence or applause. It's just going to pop up on my screen in a minute. They're just announcing it. Our thoughts are obviously with her family and friends at this time. It's a horrendous thing to go through. And one of the beautiful things about football, how everyone has come together in this scenario. And again, how we have all sort of come together to rightly condemn what is a person's specific actions and maybe the club for playing him. Let's all just have a moment as well to come together and just respect what has been a very tumultuous and difficult time for a specific family. There is a minute's applause. I won't clap because it's going to be very loud on the microphone. But yeah, we're getting a minute's applause, which is a beautiful thing to see. And hopefully we can all adhere to that as well at home. I've done a minute's applause on camera before. It's very loud. Very loud. There we go. The minute's applause is over. Here we go. The teams with their final last preparations, their final last bits of warming up. I want to see if I can get it ever so slightly quicker. Ever so slightly quicker. So I'll miss all your comments just for a second. Just for a comment. We're seeing Roy Hodgson. Surprised he came back. Can't lie. I quite like Roy Hodgson. I can't lie to you. I know he has a certain reputation. I know he's very old. I do know that much as well. But I've always quite liked Roy Hodgson. I respect his journey in the game. I just always liked him. I've just always liked him. The players take their knee right before kickoff. It is West Ham to get us underway here at the Olympic Stadium, the London Stadium, and we are off. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. Let's go. Big plays incoming. West Ham United versus Watford is underway. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. Initial questions to be answered. Who is out on the left-hand side and who is in the center? Is it Fornals in the center or is it Ben Rama? That'll be interesting to see. Unsurprisingly, the second Zouma gets on the ball, there is a lot of boos. Or good ball down the line for Aaron Cresswell early doors. Looking for Mikel Antonio down the left, as per usual. Cuts the poor cutback from Antonio, trying to get wobble onto his stronger thing, not quite happening. And it ends up going out for a goal kick. Goal kick. Ida is a young West Ham fan who passed away, unfortunately, from cancer. If you look up Isla Kenny, I'm sure you'll find tons of stuff about her. But she passed away just last week, and this is the first home game since, and so everyone has been paying her respects to her. Cleverly. I'm also interested to see how Watford's midfield line up. Like Geo said it in the build-up, but they do have 4 central midfielders just in their midfield, or at least traditional central midfielders. Maybe Cleverly. Geo said Cleverly. I've not really seen enough of Watford to know. I was going to say Brentford there. Not seen enough of Watford to know, but I know Cleverly. Geo said Cleverly's been playing further forward. At the same time, Cleverly, I think, maybe played out wide a couple of times for various clubs. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that. That's what it says in my head for some reason. But I'll be interested to see how that lines up and what their tactics actually are, whether it is just a flat 4-4-2, which is kind of what I think it is. But at the same time, God knows. God knows. MS, who's looking for a link, description below, Discord, have a gander. I'm using the second one. I mean, I'm not. I'm watching it definitely legally on BT Sport. The worst thing is I actually have a BT Sport account. I just couldn't remember my password. So, yeah, anyway, they're working is what I'm saying. They're working. Zouma is getting booed every time he touches the ball. He's getting booed every single time. And I don't suspect it will be any different for the rest of the game, to be fair. Ben Rama is the best, says Abdelaziz. Mate, I agree. I bloody love a bit of Ben Rama. I'm hoping he's getting involved. It's not a lightning start from West Ham I want, although that's a good ball by Jarrod Bowen out wide to Aaron Cresswell down the left-hand side. Looking to try and get forward. He's got Ben Rama ahead of him, who has started out on the left-hand side. It was a good tackle in the end. By there. I think it was Firmino who maybe got the tackle. It was either him or Sissoko. I couldn't tell which one it was. But again, I want to see just that little bit of snappiness from us. You know, I think there's an opportunity here for us to really get out. If we get a goal early doors against Watford, that's going to be difficult. They've just come off the back of a 0-0 draw with Burnley, which me as my Ben Foster, cycling GK subscriber self, he was buzzing about that. In the words of Ben Foster, he was absolutely buzzing. But that's obviously a decent result for them to go and get a clean sheet under Roy Hodgson, new manager. They're looking to try and build something, and that's, you know, you build from the back in a lot of ways, especially when you're down the bottom. I mean, that's what David Moyes has done with us. And so if we can get a goal early doors, it was a 0-0 draw that game. Well, that's a good opportunity. It's dinked on. Offside for so foul. There was a moment there. It looked good. If we could get a goal, then all of a sudden it becomes significantly easier for us. I know I saw a lot of people discussing high score lines in this one. Geo in the preview he did with a Watford fan yesterday night, they spoke about the idea of not thinking this is going to be a high scoring game. I tend to agree. We'll see how it ends up playing out. But yeah, Judas, my trustworthy friend. Good evening, Charlie. How are you doing? I'm all right. It's a difficult one today, but you know what I mean. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I think if we can get a goal early doors, put it on them, then I think that's going to help us. I think it's going to help us in a big way. In a big way. What the likes get to while we're at front? We're at 230. Bloody hell. We're at 230. Listen, we could hit. I said 400 was the goal. We could hit that before half time at this rate. I'm not going to lie. Gemini Jedi asking why they aren't doing it. They're probably at the match. I suspect most of them are at the match. That's my gut feeling. I don't know. I haven't spoken to them. But that's what I suspect anyway. Zouma looking for a big ball forward for Ben Rama doesn't quite work. It's weird. There's like the reaction he's getting booed, but then it also sounds like I don't know if it's claps or what to try and drown out the booing. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's difficult to tell from this perspective. This is one of those situations where it is just easier to be in the ground, but this is a good opportunity for West Ham. Fornals into the path of Mikel Antonio, who, as per usual, drags himself out wide, tries to get into a crossing position potentially, couldn't quite manage it. One of the fun stats I saw in the midweek, not in the midweek, it was maybe a bit more than a week ago. I was looking into the stats because that's the kind of guy I am. And Mikel Antonio has put in more crosses than Aaron Cresswell this season. And not just put in, he's completed more crosses than Aaron Cresswell this season. Wild. Completely wild. You know, it is what it is. Reactions to Curtis Zouma are just dying down a little bit now. I don't know if David Moyes' tactic was to pass the ball as many times as possible to him to try and just get the boos out of the system, but they are dying down. The 7th minute, of course, the applause for Isla Caton once more. Again, just a horrific time for the family in general. It's one of the most difficult things someone can ever go through, to lose their own child. So obviously our love and our thoughts go out to them. Again, I don't want to clap and make all of your ears hurt. So I won't do that. But 7th minute until the 8th minute, everyone in the stadium's clapping. Everyone is giving. The commentators just said that everyone in the ground is giving them a standing, giving Isla a standing ovation, which is good to see. Quick throw from West Ham. Cresswell looking to try and get in there. It's interesting. The atmosphere is interesting today. I didn't know quite what it was going to be. It's pretty. To be honest with you, it's not bad. It's not bad. And West Ham have, over the last sort of 5 minutes now, a bit longer, have started to really take control of this game. Started to get most of the possession. Pardon me, Jesus Christ. Get most of the possession, which is super useful. That's what we want to do. We want to put it on Watford. We want to get them hemmed in. That was one of the things you saw against Kidderminster. Once the second half got underway, there was a lot more just putting it on them, hemming them in, and it eventually got us the goal. That's what we want to be doing today. We want to be in completely control this game. Early stages, it looked a bit shaky, but over the last sort of 5 minutes, we've gotten a bit better, gotten more control over it. Big place. Nice try, Vinicius. Appreciate you coming. Like the video while you're here. Subscribe, why not? Free kick to West Ham. Fairly decent area. Crossing position. Cresswell does put it in. Looking towards Souček, maybe at the back post. Couldn't quite find it. Cleared all the way up the other end of the field. It goes out for a West Ham throw inside our own half. Inside our own half. Hey, if you're here from West Ham Fan TV's usual streams, and you can't watch it because they're not doing one, welcome. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Like the video, subscribe, because we do watch-alongs every single game here, no matter what. And because I sit here and do it by myself, I need you. I need you, because otherwise it would just be me struggling. And it doesn't. I cannot stress how much this works because you lot are here. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss it. Keep coming back. And like I said, I really do think Antonio is geeing the crowd up there, begging for something. I really do think we could possibly get 400 likes by half time, which is the goal for full time, because we're already on 246. So hit that. Let's see if we can do it. One of the other things I was really disappointed about from the Kidderminster game was Ariola's performance. I've been a huge proponent of Areola, and I think he was hella shaky in that game. So I think he's made it very easy for Dave Moyes to back him, to put it back down and maybe look at this whole thing. Should have blown for a back pass. Okay, right. That was what I missed. I was talking, idiot. Curvenord, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're all good. We're doing okay. We're getting there. Shaky start a little bit, not massively or anything. They didn't get any huge opportunities, but it wasn't the greatest start we've ever seen. But over the last 5 minutes or so, we started to regain control of this match. We started to put it on them a bit. One boy with €2. Thank you very much, one boy. Why the ever-loving fluff is Zouma starting? Mate, your guess is as good as mine. I haven't the foggiest. As I said at the beginning, strongly against it. I definitely would have done it. I have lost some respect for David Moyes and the club a little bit for it, but that's where we're at. Thank you very much for the €2. We really do appreciate it. It helps out Hammers chat massively. I'll put your name in the dono thing as well. One boy. I'm going to put the pound sign. My keyboard doesn't have euros. I hope that's okay with you. But thank you very much. Excellent name as well, one boy. I'm getting a replay of the back pass here. Well, they said they were going to show the replay. The commentators reacted to the replay, but we never saw it. So who knows? I'm going to say it was a back pass because they seem to be acting like as if it was, but I haven't the foggiest. Subscribe to the Cycling GK while you're here. Shout out Ben Foster. Do you know what I mean? Good channel. Free kick and a throw-in, in a deep position for West Ham. We really are basically just sitting in Watford's half right now. You love to see it. All over top quickly. It's Jarrod Bowen. Mikel Antonio's starting to find some space in the area. Very delayed. And Kufau's cross, incredibly deep. Not a good one by any stretch of the imagination. He's out of form for a while now. I'm not being super keen on it, but there we go. West Ham just stopping any Watford counter-attack fairly easily. Dean says he loves my cardboard cup. Thank you. No, this is the real Danny. This is Danny. If you're new around here, he accompanies us on our journey supporting West Ham. He just keeps eye on that area of the room. Just over there. just in case. He's a good lad. If you need any advice from him, anything, he can do that. He can do that. Oh, Dex. All right, I'll go and have a look. Give me a sec. Solid. ARM joke in the chat. Right. Whoever that was. Oh, hang on. My lord. Hang on. That is big. That is big. Fernando, I appreciate it. Don't spam, bro. I appreciate it. I will time you out if I have to, but I appreciate it. Hang on. We need to just, ladies and gentlemen, we just all need to take a moment. We just all need to take just the briefest of moments here. Hang on. Let me press the button. Give me a sec. It's that one. It's big. It's big. This is a fake clap, so you don't get an allowed. Look at that. 12. I didn't even know Sainsbury's did 12. I've seen the smaller ones, but I ain't seen 12. That's big. That's a 10 out of 10. Easy. Easy. Light work. Light work. I am big into that. Haley, good to see you. Hope you're well. We're doing well. We're doing well. We're not creating any cutthroat opportunities. We're not creating any really big cutting opportunities, anything like that of yet. But we're doing pretty well. We've got complete control of the game. Watford are struggling to get in it at all. First 3 minutes or so, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, they were doing okay. They were starting to find little gaps, but since then we've taken complete control of this game, and it's all us. We're just waiting for that's a good ball in for Antonio, headed away. We are just looking for that one magical opportunity. And I think it might come. Souček tries to pull it back. Dodgy hit, goes out for a goal kick, but again, nice. We're just putting it in good positions here, putting it in strong positions. I like it. Can you get a cardboard cutout of Julian Dix behind you? Do they exist? Because if they do, I'm not against it. If they do, I'm not against it. Let me have a quick look to see if they exist. Julian Dix. Spell that wrong. Fan. Oh, this has all gone wrong for me. This is all gone. Cut out. There we go. Can't see if they're not on Amazon. Say that much. They're not on Amazon, but I would be here for it. Good to see you, Madman. I hope you're good. We'll play with my hair and call me Hillary. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Watford, this is a good opportunity. They get streaming forward here. Ball towards the back post. Header. Wide. I tell you what, the Watford fans allowed. Kuka couldn't quite get there. Roy Hodgson rocking the specs. Big plays. But West Ham, Declan Rice just completely lackadaisical there, just striding forward. He wasn't even concentrating. I don't know what the hell happened there. He was barely concentrating. Allowed Watford to just gain the ball from him in the easiest way possible. They stream forward. The cross comes in, far post, looking for Kuka, who headers it wide. Should have been better from Watford there. It was a good opportunity. It would have been difficult to put it on Fabianski, but at least get it on target. But that was very poor from Declan Rice. Oddly poor. He's never usually like that, but he just literally ran straight into Watford's player. It's like something I would do on FIFA when I'd given up. It's very odd. Very odd. Haley, I have heard, yeah, and the chat won't stop talking about this. This is all it's going to be. I'm warning you now. Antonio's cardboard cutout. Antonio Kiss. Now we're talking. They must exist. He bought one, apparently. Apparently that was his that he bought for the celebration. So, you know, it must exist. I might have to have a look into it. This. It would be awkward. The thing that's useful about Danny Dyer is that is his height. That is a life-size cutout. And so because I'm sat down for the camera, it works quite well. Mikel Antonio might be like up here. Do you know what I mean? And that wouldn't be super useful. But I'll look into it. I'll try and find one. Watford on the attack, by the way, here. Dennis tries to cut it back for King. Cut out well by Thomas Souček. but Watford do come away with the ball. Rebecca, thank you very much for the 179. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Firmino tries to cross it in, doesn't quite happen. Thank you, Rebecca. Hope you're happy birthday. Everyone in the chat, can you please wish Rebecca a happy birthday? Even if you're just here to scream about how bad Kurt Zouma is, which I respect, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, wish her a happy birthday while you're doing that. Just write in the message, happy birthday, Rebecca. Also, I hate Kurt Zouma, or whatever you want to say, West Ham small club, whatever, do it. But just happy, come on now. Thank you. I hope you're good. Hope you're all right. I will look into this Antonio cutout thing. I'll look into it. Hayley as well. I saw you asking for score predictions. I'll say 2-0 West Ham. I'll agree with the Watford fan on our channel previously. 2-0 West Ham. And Rebecca, I'll add your name. I'll add your name to the donos. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Okay, so I've avoided... Hang on. I've avoided most of the comments for obvious reasons. I just needed to give that the respect it deserved. Yes, Costa Del. Yes. I strongly agree. I've avoided them, and all I've done there is probably encourage them. But I just wanted to pull that specific one out because I felt like it was suitable. I would Madman, but it's actually copyright, and so we would get in trouble for it because my rendition would be so accurate that it would get struck off. Rebecca, the Simpsons one with Michael Jackson. Rebecca, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Becca. Yeah, I could do that, but I didn't commit to that at all. I don't know if you noticed that. I did not commit. Whatsoever. 21 minutes into the game. West Ham mostly in control. Watford slowly trying to work their way back into this game. Not quite happening. I don't know. I think it's Martin. Yeah, he just said Martin Atkinson. Referees letting a lot of stuff go. There were some calls there from Watford that should have been a foul. West Ham all sort of stopped as if there was going to be one, and yet no, it carried on. Declan Rice with a bad pass to Aaron Cresswell. I'm going to say it. Not going to go again. Listen, it's what you're getting. It's what you're getting. I'm tired. I've been up since the early hours of the morning working. I've had to deal with a lot in the chat today. That's what you're getting, Rebecca. Thank you. But I'm not going to commit. No commitment. If anyone's keeping an eye on the other games, by the way, do let us know. I haven't seen... There's been no thing pop up for me that says what the scores are. And I'm not keeping an eye on them because I've got so many things on my screen that there's just no space. It's just no space. Souček trying to get into the interception there. Declan Rice can't get anywhere near a control. It does just seem to be a sort of... It seems to be a kind of... Their four-man midfield that looked like it was all centre mids. Does kind of look like a 4-3-1-2 kind of thing. That's not to say there's no width at all, but it does seem like Cleverley's kind of just behind the strikers. I think it's Cleverley anyway. He might be wrong about that. Someone is just behind the strikers. There's an opportunity here. Kamara's got forward from left back, trying to get some width, trying to get some cross in there. Soufal and Bowen just harrying him, stopping him from being able to get that in. It's going to be a corner for Watford. Good defending. Nice. I'm jealous. I'm actually jealous. I haven't been to a game since before lockdown. I don't know when the next game I'm going to go to is. So enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm very jealous. Just thinking about it. It's a big one. Chat, what we saying as well. What's your least favorite chocolate bar? Personally, for me, it's a Bounty. Double decker. I've never backed a double decker. You know, when you have the flipping, when you have a big selection box and you have double deckers in there, I've always been strongly against the double decker. I've never liked it. I do like coconut, so I could back a Bounty all day, but double decker's not for me. Double decker's not for me. Chat, what we saying? Least favorite chocolate bar? Let me know. But I can't. I just can't. I can't back a double decker. I got told, was it? I think it was Declan Reese, if he's about. I think it's when I was talking to him one day. I think it was him who said put a double decker in a milkshake. Was it you, Reese? If you're still there, I don't know if you are, but someone said this to me, and I was like, "Oh, I could try this. This might be the only way I like a double decker." But so far, never liked a double decker. Never liked a double decker. I'm gonna go to Villa, but I'm scared for Stevie G. Comes on, just absolutely smacks it. Fair, very fair. I would be equally concerned. They're looking decent. They're stick up, Mr. iBase. They bang. Gemini, strong shout. Yeah, I'm strongly against dark chocolate as well. I can't lie to you. Strongly against dark chocolate. Chest down from Thomas Souček to Declan Rice. Cresswell. They're getting forward. They're getting in better positions now. Watford. West Ham trying a bit of play. I'll be honest with you. Declan Rice is having a poor game so far. He's having a poor game. He's having a poor game today, trying to get involved with 1-2s there, just passing it straight to Watford. They're getting in more advanced positions here. They're flowing forward in slightly better ways. Their final ball, although here, that was a great opportunity. Flipping close from Josh King. And away comes Craig Dawson. Craig Dawson turn into prime Ronaldinho there. Did you see that? He just started strolling out from the fence, cutting this way and that. What a boy. What a boy. Pablo Fornal is definitely in the center of the pitch as the one behind the striker with Ben Rama out wide. He's getting involved in all of the play here. Antonio's just sort of running around. There's no real imposition from him here. He's just sort of about. You know. Frustrating. Watford, Sissoko is in here. Tries it from range, wide. There was maybe a better shot there. There was maybe a better chance open for him. It should have maybe passed the ball. Josh King was there. Instead, he decides to strike it from range and gets dragged wide. It'll probably happen. My gut says it will happen, Haley. I'm 50-50 on whether I want it to happen, but I suspect it probably will happen. At this point, all signs point to it happening. I made a white Kinder Bueno sandwich, didn't I? Oh, that was it. I was also paying. Someone was telling me about double deckers in a thing. I don't remember what it was, but that does also sound ridiculously just good. It just sounds ridiculously good. Trini saying we still look so dull. I know, man. It's not. We've got no cutting edge so far yet at all. No cutting edge. We've been better in this, but nothing like really. We're not putting it on them in any significant way right now. We're not finding that cutting edge, Trini. You know what I mean? And it's not happening. Free a corner kick to West Ham though, out on the right hand side. Jared Bowen to take it. In swinger. Corners have been bad recently, but this one's not bad. That's into a good area. Header just over from Thomas Souček. It was close. That was a really nice opportunity. A much, much better corner than we have been. Especially non-Aaron Cresswell corners have been pretty poor of late. But Jared Bowen, they're putting it right into the mix. Exactly what we want. Why we mess around with these short corners or looking for front post nonsense? It's stupid. When you have Thomas Souček, you have Craig Dawson, you have Kurt Zouma, you have all these big boys. And it was just underneath from Thomas Souček over the bar, but not bad. I respect it a lot. Man United 1-0 up. I didn't even know where they're playing. I don't even know what the other games are tonight. I'm a mess, is what I'm saying. I am a mess. Josh King down on the floor, by the way, changing his shoes. I'm a mess. Let me see if I can. Can I even pull that up? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I also want to have a look at some stats while we have this opportunity. Let's have a look at some stats, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Again, I'm going to press the button because I've pressed a bunch of different things. This might have broken everything. Oh, no, I didn't. There we go. So, yeah, you can see we've had significantly more chances. And if you look at the sort of ratings meted at who scored do, this is obviously who scored. So it's all done statistically. And it's not the best, most accurate way to see who's sort of in control of the game, but you can see it's practically all us apart from brief periods. You're looking at possession. It's been practically all us, pass sessions, all us. Like, we really are dominating this game. We just really are dominating this game. But key, no shots on target yet. We aren't finding any real killer passes. In fact, they've had 2 key passes. We haven't had any. That's the difference here. We've had all the possession. We've been in good positions. If we look at heat maps, I suspect we'll be, yeah, you can see, look at that. Look how much we play down the wings. But you can see there's significantly more in their half than there is in our half and theirs. But it's like for our final pass, look at the area. There's just nothing going on. Nothing going on. And that's where we are losing. Not losing, but that's where we're not winning this game yet, despite the control we have over it. We just aren't finding anything in and around the area whatsoever. Bro, it just looks like an owl. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do love him. Aztec Bar. I've never heard of it, Todd, but you best believe I'll be having a gander. Whips into the box, headed away from Thomas Souček again there. Watford in a much better position. They've been starting to get much more into this game. We've lost that control we had in the opening sort of stages, in that sort of 5 to 15 minute period where we had just basically all of it. we sort of lost that now, and we're back sort of up against it a little bit. We're very, very, very deep. Every single player is back behind the ball apart from Pablo Fornals and Mikel Antonio, and even Fornals was relatively close for Sissoko trying to find his way through. Zouma with a double tackle. Watford regain possession of the ball still. King looking back for, I don't know who it was, I think it was Dennis. Watford lining up, just waiting for a cross here. They're on the right-hand side by the corner flag. Dennis tries to just wiggle his way past Ben Rama, can't do it. Ben Rama tries to lay it short to Fornals, who does well just to stick a foot out to keep possession. And then the clearance from Cresswell deflects off Dennis and goes out for a goal kick. Watford working well there, pressurizing, putting it in an awkward position for West Ham, trying to make it really hard for us. And you can't blame them. They're doing okay. They're doing all right. Let's check the likes. Are we going to hit? If we hit 300 before halftime, that's mad. If we hit 400, that's even crazier. We're at 281 with 15 minutes to go. 300 is 100% possible. Smack that like button, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Poke it, hit it, smash it, as the YouTubers say. Get involved. Let's go. Thomas Souček with a lovely diag from Thomas Souček. Soufal with the first early. It just tried to cross it in first play. It wasn't bad at all, but a lovely crossfield ball from Tommy there, from the potato salad himself. Big calls for handball. It definitely hit the Watford player's hand, but it was way too close for my liking to call it for handball. It would have just been a free kick and practically a throw-in position anyway. Antonio, very far back there. Very far back. Thomas Souček coming across once more to try and tackle this. He's having a good game today. Played it out wide there to Kiko Firmino. Tries to put the ball in first time. Cleared away by Kurt Zouma relatively easily. Goes out for a Watford throw deep into West Ham's half on the right-hand side. Just about at the 18-yard box line kind of thing you're looking at. Thank you. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Again, I'm trying today. It's a difficult one, but we'll get there. Terrible defensive work from West Ham allows Watford to regain possession once more. The clearance just bounces straight off a Watford player, straight into their feet once more. But a little bit of pressing, and all of a sudden Watford are all the way back to their centre-backs. Craig Cathcart's on the ball, lays it back to Ben Foster. Pass through the middle, but good pressing from West Ham. Declan Rice battling for that. Loses out. Kuchka, who's how you pronounce it, not Kuka, as I would say. He's trying to just battle his way through, but Thomas Souček just tracked him the entire time. West Ham just crowd him out. And a big hoof up pitch. This is concerning stuff from West Ham a little bit. Far from convincing as well, I'd say. Far from convincing. Sorry, Haley, I've just searched 500 teeth dinosaur. And what is that? What is this I'm looking at? That's some weird looking beast, bro. That's some weird looking beast. Half hour gone, we've not had a shot. Yep. It is what it is. What can you do? Yep. We move. Aaron Cresswell with the ball on the left-hand side. Again, West Ham trying to play it through the lines. They're not. There's times when we're deep where we do just revert to clearing it and just booting it up the pitch. And it's sort of a terrified defensive, just sort of, run sort of thing. There's no sense of accuracy to the long ball. There's no sense of, I would go with tactics either. It is just a big old hopeful hoof up the pitch. But when we do get the ball on the floor and we try to pass it about, there's not a lot of invention. We're seeing a little bit of the same thing. Oh, that's a nice ball over the top from Souček to Jared Bowen, picks up the ball on the right-hand side, tries to just wiggle his way into finding either a shot or crossing position. That's a really nice ball into the path of Ben Rama, hits it. Ben Foster comes out, smothers it on the follow-up. Ben Rama hits it off the post. Is it off the post or off the line? I couldn't tell. West Ham, all of a sudden, a dinked ball over the top from Thomas Souček into the path of Jared Bowen, controls the ball, looking for maybe a space with his left foot to cross it in or to shoot. Either way, he manages to get it. It's a really nice ball over the top. I think it was Souček. It looked like it was. Jared Bowen collects it. Again, he's wiggling his way in, trying to find the shot with his left foot. Instead, just a really nice reverse pass into Ben Rama, who has to try and snap it. He's being pressurized by the Watford defenders and Ben Foster. He hits it. They come out, whoever it is, smothers it. I think it is the defender who gets the block. And then a second opportunity, I think it hits the post. As opposed to the defender on the line. But good work. West Ham all of a sudden finding the space. Craig Cathcart, what a man trying to defend it. It does come thundering off the post. My goodness me. All of a sudden, incredibly close. Incredibly close. Man United 1-0 up again. Their first goal was disallowed. Now they're up. Thank you, Richie. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you're well. Celtic Hammer coming through. Toffee's 1-0 up from Celtic. Celtic. Is it Celtic or Celtic? I say it different every single time. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong. Is it Celtic or Celtic? I don't know how you would write that out. Tell me. You could just write Celtic, Celtic, and I'd be lost. But still. Jonathan says, hello, I'm Brazil. I'm waiting. We're trying. Well, I say we, like I'm involved. They're trying sometimes. 1-1. Bloody hell. A quick rebuttal from Newcastle. No, I did. What is that beast? I'm looking at the images of this weird flipping dinosaur with I don't even know. I don't even know what that dinosaur looks like. It's a weird old looking dinosaur. Oh, I saw the name as well. I'm definitely not saying that out loud. I'm definitely not saying that out loud. Again, as I was saying before, the opportunity to before I got proved wrong out loud, it feels a little bit Kidderminster, not the worst way. Not in the word, it wasn't not as bad as that, but there is a sense of when we get forward, there is just a sort of a kind of hopelessness about there's just no invention, you know. Whoever it was, I think it was Trini Hammer who said about the who said about just how blunt we looked. They're just so dull, and it's true. We haven't looked to have any sort of zhuzh about our play. We try to get forward into positions, and then no one shows for it. No one wants to go, all right, pass the ball to me. There's no nice play. There's no nice intricacies to movement. Mikel Antonio drops too deep. That means their defense doesn't really need to work very hard because everyone is in front of them. There's no movement trying to distract them from places. It's not very good from us. And the one time it has happened, we just pinged it over the top and it sort of worked out. It's a nice play, a calm one. Not yet. I do want it, but I'm not going to... It's one of those ones where I'm fairly certain it's going to get very cheap very quickly. So I'm probably just going to have to wait on that one. But yeah, I want to. It looks good. It looks good. It looks like exactly what I would want from Dying Light 2, which is just like a huge open world that I can run about and do parkour in and then just beat up zombies, you know? Cresswell putting the ball into a decent area. Thomas Souček's head, just trying to get anything on it, ends up bouncing away. Oh, Kayembe does really well there, just to jink past Craig Dawson. He does really well there under pressure from Dawson and Rice. Manages to keep possession of the ball, play it calmly out. I also saw you said it's the Irish way, the Celtic way. Good. Okay, Celtic, which I think is the way I've said it most anyway. So maybe I was right all along. I just got shook. So there we go. I'm glad I know. I will forever remember and then inevitably forget, but try and remember again. Pablo Fornals, just an awkward pass there, but it gets pulled back for a foul on Thomas Souček. Anyway, 5 minutes left of the first half. Yeah. Not being unreal from West Ham. Not being unreal stuff from West Ham as of yet. By the way, we've flown past we have thrown past the 300 mark. We're at 307. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 307. We've managed to hit 300 before half time. How close are we going to get to 400? Come on, we've got 5 minutes. Let's push it, people. But thank you very much. It was the goal, and we're already there. Flipping heck. Again, we're in a position here where we've got practically everyone we would commit forward. Or Pablo Fornals just trying his hardest there. I respect it. Yeah, a situation there where we have all of our people forward, we could get forward, and we're just sort of standing around waiting for it, wanting it to happen. And it's like, there's nothing here. You know? As Trini's saying there again, still can't string a succession of passes together. It's frustrating as all hell to see, you know? There's no... We need to move. There needs to be some movement. Oh, it's a good ball through. Josh King. Good opportunity for Watford here. Josh King. Declan Rice. It's the first good thing he's done all game, to be fair. He's been poor today, but he does really well. Offside flag gets called in the end anyway, but it was a good tackle. Let's ignore that for a second to talk about Declan Rice. Did a really, really good job there. I've been critical of him today. I think he's been quite poor. I'm not going to lie, but to be honest with you, that was a really good last-ditch challenge. Josh King flying through was probably offside. Or at least gets called offside regardless. It was a nice turn. Yeah, he was about a mile offside. But good commitment from Declan Rice. Just carries on his momentum, sprints back, gets a nice last-ditch challenge. And even if it wasn't offside, he would have stopped that one from happening. Like I say, he's been poor today, but that's good. Good work. Good work. West Ham get possession back again. And the game has flowed the other way now, where we have all of the possession once more, and yet we're not really doing anything from it. We've had 2 shots, both side Benrahma in a space of about 2 seconds. Apart from that, 1 on target. Apart from that, not really anything to be said from West Ham yet today. Not really anything to be really spoken about. Remarkable. Nothing remarkable. Fornals spreads it out, though, to Aaron Cresswell here. He puts in an early cross. Antonio's there, as is Jared Bowen. It's over the top of both. So foul on the opposite side. Does pick it up. Plays it in. Souček's there. Can't quite get his head onto it. It's a good header away from the Watford defender. Corner for West Ham. Can we do something? This is a good opportunity. Good opportunity. This is what we'd want. This is what we need. Ideally, we get a second corner in the way we just did. Put it into the mixer. Get it in there. None of this short corner, none of this front post malarkey. Let's just get it in. Jared Bowen steps up to take it from the right-hand side. Zouma, Souček, Dawson, Cresswell, Rice, Antonio, all are in there. Put in. Zouma almost gets his head on it. It's just over the top of him. Aaron Cresswell collects it on the opposite side of the pitch, lays it short to Syed Benrahma, crosses it back towards Bowen. Not a great pass there. Watford regain possession of the ball in and around their box. West Ham needs to carry on the press here, but they don't. They kind of run away from the press. There was an opportunity there to maybe keep him hemmed in. Fornal's doing some work there, trying to make it happen, as is Jared Bowen. We've managed to keep it back. That was probably a foul here, but play on gets waved by Martin Atkinson as Watford come away with the ball. Frustrating. It's an opportunity here. Watford are passing it around at the back. We just need to make a little bit of slow movements towards them, try and just snuff them out from going forward. We're doing a little bit better here. Getting a bit further forward. That's a nice reverse pass through, to be fair. Now Watford can work their way forward with Sissoko on the ball. That was well done, to be fair, by Watford. I thought we should have been maybe a bit more proactive in our pressing, but they do well. West Ham end up winning it back through the likes of Soufal, Soucek getting involved with the passing game with him and Jared Bowen. And it ends up just being a punted clearance by Soufal straight into the path of Watford once more. These panicked clearances are just doing us all sorts of damage. And Watford have a good opportunity as 1 minute of stoppage time is being called. Less than 60 seconds to go. It looks like Watford are going to have the final chance of the half. Although they've slowly been pushed their way back here. Sissoko, Firmino, they're passing it around on the halfway line here, Watford. They don't seem in any particular hurry to get forward. Unsurprisingly, you can't be too mad about it. That's probably the fact of the matter. But good interception there. Now West Ham can work their way forward. Declan Rice, just with yet more dodgy play, but he manages to keep hold of the ball. Cresswell trying to just slot it forward, can't. Potentially again, where much we got what we got left? 15 seconds left of the half. It looks like West Ham will end up having the halftime, the last kick to halftime. And I don't think anything's going to happen. It's getting dangerously close to the minute now. There it is. There is the halftime whistle. It's West Ham United 0, Watford 0. In a dare I say disappointing performance from West Ham. Better than Kidderminster, to be fair. Better than Kidderminster. I'm not going to sit here and claim it was anywhere near that rough. Certainly not that bad. But at the same time, I can't act like I can sit here and say I'm happy with that. Loan is right. I mean, just not good. Just not super good. Yeah. A new type of watch along, Martin. I might have to do it for the Bants one day. Oh, and he's put it into a lovely area there. It would be a thing. It would be a thing. Yeah, it's just disappointing. Just disappointing there. How do you feel? Let me know. But I don't know. Also, Park, how have they treated them? Boos every time he's on the ball. I think it's mostly from Watford. I don't know how many are coming from the home end. You'd have to ask someone who's there, but boos every time. Let's have a look at some stats while we're here, shall we? Let's have a look at a couple just to see what's going on in that area of the world. Let's press this. There we go. Let's have a gander. So you can see here we have had the lion's share of possession. It has been practically all us in this half. We really have done everything practically we could. And touches wise, you can see it's going through. We're passing it around a lot at the back. You can see a lot of people getting involved. But then you look at Antonio Benrahma barely getting anything into the game. Hello, by the way. You can just see it's just not happening. It's like we had those shots, but they've all come relatively late on. You can't really see it now where the thing is, but that's fine. You barely any shots late on, one on target. That's from that double chance from Benrahma. It's just not happening, Geo. It's just not happening. Better than Kidderminster, but then again, that was only Kidderminster.
Yeah, I think Roy Hodgson's got his tactics bang on, to be honest with you. I think when the lineups come out, I wondered what Roy was up to playing 4 centre midfielders, watching that half. 10 out of 10 tactics. They're playing sort of a narrow 4 in midfield so that Bowen and Benrahma can't cut in. They can't get into the middle of the pitch. They're stuck outside. The longer they're stuck outside, they're in the way of Soufal and Creswell. Barely seen Creswell in Watford's half. He can't get forward. Watford's tactics have meant that our wingers are actually stuck out on the wing today. We're not really sure what to do. Bowen's broke away from him a couple of times, but even he started to cross it from deep out wide on the right as well. He's almost trying to give up a little bit, trying to cut in and stuff. Hodgson's just got his tactics absolutely bang on. He's packed the midfield, and it's a new way of playing against us and stopping us. Leeds showed them press the centre backs, you'll get a bit of success. Roy Hodgson's shown them pack the midfield. Don't let them have room cutting inside. They'll struggle a little bit. Leicester combine the two, then they're going to have us at their mercy on Sunday. But I think a bit of a poor half from us, to be honest with you. Lucky we're playing Watford because that's why it's 0-0. We've had the best chance of the game so far with Ben Rama. Possibly the wrong decision from him. He should probably have squared it. But I'm okay so far. I predicted 1-0, so I'm not surprised it's 0-0 at half time. And I still will predict 1-0, Charlie.
Is it, final question before I go pee, is it a case of Watford have got bang on, or we're just still quite lackluster, or is it both? Because I agree. I sort of agree mostly with what you're saying about they've got it sort of bang on. They've packed out in the midfield, and we don't really look like we know what we're doing. And the one thing I will say that's similar to Kidderminster game is it's not like we haven't got into okay positions with the ball. It's just that we have no idea what to do once we're there. And it's that bit of the area where I think we're really lacking. But yeah, how do you feel about that specifically?
I would say it's a bit of both as well. Listen, we're not at the races ourselves, but we're 6 out of 10 maybe overall for the team tonight. It's not that bad. We're not really doing anything that wrong, but we're just lacking a few ideas. Attack, people don't like me using the word, but I'm going to say it again. The attack looks a little bit stale. Antonio's barely got involved in the game. I'm not even sure he's touched the ball, to be honest with you. The only time I've seen him was when he was jumping up and down at Ben Rama. We're struggling. We're very light in terms of creativity. I'd like to see Moyes be brave at half-time. He was brave before the game, picking who he picked in the starting 11. But I want to see a different type of bravery from him at half-time. Let's make some changes because it's not working. One manager's happier than the other at the minute. And it's Roy Hodgson. Roy's in there saying, just do the same again, lads, same again. And look at the bench. They've actually got the best attacker on the bench. If you compare the two sides in the dugout, they've got João Pedro sat there who will come on, will be a nuisance. We don't have that. We've got Yarmolenko. We've got Lanzini who can make a difference, but not up front. We've got Vlasic who may make a difference, may not. You can't put him on with any confidence he's going to change the game. You can put him on and be hopeful, but that's about it. So in terms of making a change that's going to go on to win the game, I think Roy's actually got more in his arsenal than what David Moyes does, and it's a little bit concerning that. I mean, this is a team that's been kicking off, was 18th in the league. Newcastle are currently drawing with Everton as well, which, let's be honest, Watford coaches will have one eye on that game, even this early on in the season. But by the sounds of it, Newcastle's all over them. So if I were them, I'd be having a word in Roy's ear saying, listen, there's a chance Newcastle pick up all 3 points now. We're going to maybe have to go for it. And if anything, Watford should be sniffing blood a little bit at half-time. They should be thinking, hang on, if Cooch had just done a little bit better with that header, if King held his run a little bit and Declan Rice didn't do a world-class tackle, we might have been in here. They've had a few openings to create chances, Watford. They've not really been cutthroat in the final third. They could just tweak that a little bit. It could be a bit dangerous, actually.
Very much so. One thing I'll say, we are on 329 likes already today. So make sure to keep getting in there. 400 is there, people. We can do it. And subscribe if you haven't already. Geo, I will be not very
catching a bit. Right, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Let's see what you're all saying. Anyway, Sai says we're looking like we're being a bit too careful. I don't even think it's that. I think tactically, Hodgson's got a bang on. I think we're just struggling. We don't really know what to do. I think we've got they've cramped the middle up and we're struggling out wide. Chippy's saying we need to learn to play through teams. Lanzini on into midfield to orchestrate the play and change the tempo to 1 and 2 touch talent style. I completely agree. I would have Lanzini on for Ben Rama, Fornals or Souček. Take your pick. One out of 3. I think I'm not saying Souček's on a bad game, by the way. I just think we don't really need him in the middle of the park. He's there for the physical presence, for breaking up play. Not really required that yet. So maybe get Lanzini on for him. But I'd like to see Souček further up the pitch because we're struggling to cut inside, because they are packing middle of the pitch. Then they're almost forcing us to cross it. Well, let's get Souček in the box then, so we can utilise those crosses. Tom says, on Benrahma getting the ball away or losing it 20 times. Probably not far off it, to be honest with you. Haley says that we need to stop being so sloppy when attacking. There has been some sloppy periods, I think. We need Sufal. What's happened to him? Man, he's not playing very well tonight, is he? I've sat there watching the first half thinking, can we get the old next season's one? Greg says Antonio's been non-existent. Mr. Steadyhand says, do another it could get messy type video. What one was that? Sorry, you're going to have to remind me what video that was. I think I forgot. I don't know what one you're referring to. I'm being genuine, by the way. I do not know what one you're referring to. So if you could let me know what it was, what the topic was, then I'll consider it. I'll consider anything. Of course we can win it, Tony. Of course we can. It's not at half time. Of course we can go on and win it. We're going to need some tweaks. We're going to need to play a bit better. I predicted 1-0 before the game in the build-up show. I'm sticking with 1-0 prediction, 1-0 West Ham, to be clear. So, yeah, of course we can go on and get the 3 points, but we need to do better. Robert says Watford are bigger, quicker, and better on the ball. Can't disagree with that. Raymond says it looks like they can't be bothered. I have to say, potentially unpopular opinion, been a bit disappointed with Rice in today's game. I thought Declan, I think he's been a bit. He gave that ball away for their big chance, didn't they? Declan gave that ball away, but I don't think his overall play has been that great either. I want to see an improvement from Declan in the second half, actually. He's been one I'm looking at thinking, I mean, you could do it with all the players, to be honest. You could probably look at all the players and say they could be doing better, bar Fabianski, and I think Jared Bowen's working hard. But I think the rest of them could do with stepping up a little bit. But I think Declan is actually one of the ones I'd be saying, come on, mate, you're better than this. That ball he gave away was just ridiculous. That's really poor by his standards. But not just that. I don't really... He's normally quite commanding, is Declan. Not feeling that tonight yet. So he needs to step up a bit. I've got high standards from Declan Rice. So... reach them, mate. Jordan says Creswell and Sufal's distribution has been so poor. They were a real threat lately. But Nathan thinks that Fernand's playing some great ball against Kism, but is only passing backwards today. Don't really got much to aim for. Robert, sorry, he ain't getting this. He wants to try Okleflex up front. Yeah, that's not happening, mate. He's not even on the bench. Moyes opted for Yarmolenko. Oh, a drunk vlog. That's what you meant by messy video. It could get messy video. I thought you were like I was talking about conditions at the club or something. I thought, well, I can't really be arsed in a Kurt Zouma video, to be honest with you. I know everybody's done a video about it, Gonzo, Nicky and all that, but it just didn't really sit right with me doing a video about an animal getting kicked about. I didn't want to do it, so I didn't. But we'll do one of those videos soon. Don't worry. We've been doing match vlogs for Patreon now. We've moved them over there. Not that we go to loads. I go to 1 in 4. Gonzo's 1 in 10 or something. But I'm at the Wolves game next. That's my next game at the end of this month. So yeah, I'll be doing a vlog for it. I don't know if I'll be getting drunk because it's almost like a family outing, unfortunately. The other half's mum's partner. He's not really a stepdad, but the other half's mum's partner. He's a Wolves season ticket holder. So I'm going down there so I can find him in the away end. And for 90 minutes, without any repercussions, I'm able to sit down there and go. I mean, if I do that like the dinner table or something, there's like a backlash, isn't there? Mate, you're ruining the mood. What are you doing? You can't do that across the table.
Who are you? At the dinner table always goes down well.
Oh, it's that wanker. You can't do that at the dinner table.
How shit must you be? I'm not eating this food. You know what I mean?
So I can do that for 90 minutes. So I'm going to be looking for him because we're close to the way end, aren't we? So I'll probably be able to spot him. So very much be like, you're shit without Traore, and I don't even like Traore.
How do we turn this around here? What do we do?
Subs. Lanzini needs to come on ASAP, like now. Lanzini needs on now.
If there's any fear of Lanzini injury, do you still put him on?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, Moyes can't say, well, why is he on the bench? Right, if he's not capable of playing because he's maybe injured, what's he on the bench for? Get Uncle Flex on him. The kids don't have another game till the 18th or something. It's next Friday or something. The under 23s play. There's no excuse, right? So if Lanzini is in the slightest bit injured, he should not be on the bench. Simple as that. So get Lanzini on ASAP. At the end of the day, Moyes was willing to take a risk with the backlash of Zouma in order to get the win, but then take a risk with the fitness of Lanzini to get the win as well. Lanzini is on ASAP. We're lacking somebody that can open up that Watford defence. We know Lanzini can do it. We've seen it before in plenty games. So get him on now.
Yeah, I strongly agree. I strongly agree.
What's
I said
your
it before.
prediction?
I said 2-0. I backed essentially what the Watford fans said in the preview that we did yesterday. I think we have enough to do that, and I still think we could. But I said in the build-up as well, I would bring Lanzini on if there's nothing saying if Moyes was lying and he's fit, then he comes on 100% in this game. There's no chance he doesn't. But
he's got to come on for Ben Rama for Niles. I thought Souček, but I would take him on for Ben Rama for Niles and move Souček forward. Listen, if Watford are restricting us, so we're being forced to cross it, not ideal, but fine. Live with it and deal with it. And the best way to do that is get Souček next to Antonio in the box. You'll soon see Roy Hodgson thinking, crap, maybe this is a bad idea. Yeah. They're not actually that bad at crossing it. Almost give them the space in the middle to stop them swinging them in. So let's get Lanzini next to Declan. They're a big team. Yeah. Watford, but I don't feel like they're bullying us, physically bullying us or intimidating us or that. Kayembe is probably one foul away from a yellow card as well. So let's get running at him, get him in the book early doors in the second half, so that Roy either has to leave his defensive midfielder on a yellow card or he's going to have to take him off. Then suddenly we're forcing Roy to change something. Bit flat first half. We need a bit of excitement second half and we can get the 3 points. But I'll be disappointed with the draw, Charlie. I will be. It's not good enough. That Gary was a bang on comment. Top 4 win this game. Now let's change it to top 6. If we want to be top 6, we need to win this game. Top 10, a draw's fine. I want better than that. I want top 6 this season, regardless of lack of signings in January. Doesn't really matter. We didn't buy anyone. Doesn't mean the aims changed because we chose not to purchase anyone in the window. The aims stayed the same. Top 6. We've got to get top 6, and tonight's a must-win for that. Right, I'm going to disappear.
The teams are coming out, so run off. Make sure if you want to hear more.
I removed the wrong one.
Mutiny on shit. Get out of here, you fool! Disgraceful behavior. If you want to see more of Geo, and I don't know why you would after something like that, then make sure to stick around till full time, where I'll be spamming that link in the description, so you don't have to go anywhere. If you're just here for halftime, though, thank you very much for coming. Make sure to subscribe while you're here and hit that like button. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 387 likes, 13 more, and we hit 400 at halftime. Disgraceful behavior, Harry. Disgraceful. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. But remember, hey, stick around because we'll be talking through the entire game, hanging out with you lot, talking about the game, getting involved. And I need you lot here because it is just me by myself. Otherwise, I'll be subbed like Geo. Disgraceful behavior. I don't know. Just the worst. Anyway, second half is about to kick off here, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be Watford to get us underway. Here we go. The second half has officially kicked off here at the London Stadium. It's West Ham United 0, Watford 0. Come on, you guys. Deploy the boys. Big plays. Big plays. And hey, stick around if you can. And ladies and gentlemen, we've flown past 400. We got that very quickly. 405 at the second half kickoff. 405 likes, which was the goal for the end. How high can we get? Is 500 possible? Is 500 possible? It's ridiculously high, and we never hit it apart from a couple of times. Is it possible? I'm thinking about it, Richie. I can't lie to you. I'm fuming. I'm gonna have message him after this and have a stern talk. Anyway. Let's see how we come out in the second half. No halftime substitutions to speak of from either side, including West Ham, which is a very David Moyes thing to do. But still, we'll see. And remember, if you're here because you want to watch the game, if you're like, oh, I wish to watch the game, we don't show it obviously. But if you go down into the comment section below, there's a bit here called join our Discord. Click on that. It's a lovely West Ham Hammers chat community. All fans, all clubs are welcome. But if you scroll down the left-hand side, there's a bit called stream links in which you will find what you're looking for, made by, fittingly, the amazing Mulchmite 128. Excellent Rocket League video. Subscribe if you haven't already. How's your dart game? Have I been playing darts? I think I'm forgetting something I've said. Mulchmite here. I think that's what happened. I am an idiot. That's not unlikely for me, but I do feel like I'm missing something because I don't even get it. And I feel like it's something I've said. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how the second half goes. West Ham starting off, trying to play the ball around. Mixel, good to see you. He's on the bench, but he is not on the pitch. No subs at halftime. So the team lining up in the exact same way it was in the first half. If you want to see what that is, I'll lob that at the bottom of the screen now. I'll lob that down there just so you can have a gander, but it's the exact same lineup as it were. The positive thing about West Ham is, I guess, if you want to find a positive spin, it's a terrible back pass that Fabianski is forced to screaming back to try and stop that one. That gets it out for a Watford throw-in, but terrible back pass there. One thing if you want to say a positive about how bad West Ham have been, and we have been very bad, is the idea that it's been poor play and that there's a lot of levels to step through. And if we can step through those levels, then we could really put it on Watford. I'm not saying this is the tip of the iceberg in Watford's ability. I'm not saying this is the cherry on top of the cake of Watford's ability, but they're playing a hell of a lot closer to their peak than we are. We are nowhere near that. And if we can figure out any sort of comeback for that, any sort of levels, gears going through, then then that'll be good for us. But so far, we haven't found that in the second half yet. And Watford do have a corner on the right-hand side early on. You said you could easily beat... Did I say that? That doesn't sound like me because I don't even know who Michael Van Gerwen is. However, what a name. What a name. 500 likes today. I'll tell you what, we're closing in. We're at 419 already. We are closing. It's possible, Mulch. It's possible. We can't at all. It's horrendous. Watford, corner in, played in, header, missed completely by Watford. Don't even get a touch on that one. Comes out to the far side for, I guess it's Kamara. Whipped in, it's Kayembe actually, but Fabianski comes and claims it. No one even attacking it from a Watford perspective. West Ham easily regain possession of the ball. Fabianski looking to play it quickly. My God, it's like Areola in his prime. Looking for a quick play out. Jared Bowen trying to get his head on it. Doesn't quite happen. Do you know what I wouldn't be against? Maybe switching Antonio and Bowen around. I'm not super keen on Bowen as a striker, but I feel like he plays on the last man better than Mikel Antonio has done over the past 3 months. Something like that. I feel like he's done better at it. But certainly today, Mikel Antonio keeps dropping deep. Would Mikel Antonio out wide work a bit better than Bowen? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a bit wild about that. Maybe I'm just being a bit, but it does feel a little bit like that could be a preferable way. The bell has been so poor lately. We need to get it right. It's very true. I don't even know if we have bells. I'm sure there's one in the fridge, I think, but it's true. We need to time the. I feel like we've been letting the bell down as opposed to the other way around. You know. Great question, Paul. I said the game is so boring. What is everyone's Andrew Lloyd Webber? What's everyone's favorite Andrew Lloyd Webber musical? Mine is obviously Phantom of the Opera. Obviously, come on now. The Phantom of the Opera is here inside your mind. I started that at the wrong octave, but it bangs. It bangs. It bangs. I don't play darts. I know nothing about darts. My hands, so if you don't know, look at that, right? My hands shake non-stop. My entire life literally doesn't stop shaking. Both my hands. You have to ignore the plaster on this one. I've messed up in my life, but they don't stop shaking. And so darts is not. It's not something I'm any good at. Not something I'm good at. I can't lie. Do we deploy the bell on the first sub? But is that too late, Mixel? Is what I would ask. Would that be too late? You know what I mean? David Moyes does like to leave him late. Is that too late? I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel? My phone exists, bruv. Look at that. It's alive. It's all alive and well, bruv. You know what I mean? Look, you can see everything going on there. Look at that. It's not bad. You know? It's working, bruv. It's working. I would back Emma. I would back West Ham getting the win more than I would back Watford getting the win at this point. But it screams a little bit 0-0 to me. I can't lie to you. It does scream a little bit 0-0. What, Mo? It definitely was not me then. How dare you, sir? Definitely was not me. Dayman. Fighter of the night, man. You're the master of karate and friendship for everyone. You have to pay the troll. Okay, all right, we'll move on. But yes. But yes. Sufal trying to get forward, trying to take a throw in deep into Watford's half here. He's just walking up the pitch. He's going to get pulled back in a second. He has to be. He has to be. There's no way he's been allowed to take that throw in. Mikel Antonio, as per usual, no clue where the ball is still. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Real garbage. Very strong. It's very strong from Chris, and I don't disagree, mate. I don't disagree. I'm not sure, but I feel like I know where this is going, but I'm not sure. I genuinely don't know, but I feel like I could put the bits together and go, I didn't know that was based on that, but I can see where you're going with it. And I refuse to say it, mainly because the correct answer is Phantom of the Opera. And I will never not. I will never not. Don't drink alcohol, but if I could learn it, I will never not say that. Ben Rama with a snapshot like it went way over there. Way over. Pardon me twice, my God. My internet is dropping massively right now. Thoughts on Carol Vorderman? Smart AF. I'm always in awe of her mathematical abilities. As a former mathematician myself, always in awe. Always in awe. Whatever you do not pay the trolls off. Yeah. Anyway. West Ham trying to play the ball forward. It's just not happening. It's just awkward from West Ham today. It's just awkward. There's some defensively, there's not bad defensive work. I mean, not great, but not bad. And the work rate's kind of there, but just going forward, just a real lack of creativity. West Ham have a nice little passing triangle there in our own half to keep control of the ball, one touch, but nice back outside the boot pass by Declan Rice to Mikel Antonio. But just a lack of, like, here, we've got the numbers forward here. We need to find a bit, but we end up passing it backwards again. We're in a decent enough position. We're in a fine position to get the ball forward, but we're just not making it happen. Thomas Suchek with a big searching diag. He's the only one who's been trying it today. It's a terrible diag, that one. Don't get me wrong. And the first one was good, but I thought, I don't know he had it in him. Apparently he doesn't. But at the same time, come on, man. Come on. Graham Potter in attendance today. I think they have Watford soon. I think. Might be wrong about that. What I'm saying is I don't think it's us that have them. I can't remember. I'm going to mute myself so I can clap as vivaciously as that deserves. I feel like I was doing the Shia LaBeouf one there. Just a lot of very forceful clapping. Strongly agree. Good ball through by Watford here for King. Declan Rice is keeping him at bay. King trying to find the ball across. Declan Rice's block goes out for a corner. Very vivacious. I felt like it could have been more vivacious, but I wanted to commit to it, but I also didn't want to commit to it. I've just said nothing there. I've just said absolutely nothing. I've just said absolutely nothing. Anyway, here we go. Corner to Watford from the left-hand side. They've got all of their big boys forward. 10 minutes into this second half, and it's been about the same level of quality as it was the first, aka pretty crap. Still, here it comes from the right-hand side. Watford play it in. Oh, it was very West Ham, straight at the first man. You love to see it. You love to see it. Still. Manuel Lanzini seems to be making his way onto the pitch, ladies and gentlemen. He's currently stripping off to get ready. We've become a very awkward team. We just don't look comfortable in ourselves at all. Like early first 2 months of the season, something like that, we were lightning. We were brilliant, obviously, but like we looked like we had so much about us, whereas we just seem to have been completely and utterly missing that for ages now. There's nothing even close to that early season good cross in, headed away from Soufal. There was nothing even close to that early season creativity that we had. Nothing. Daniel Alves, a great right back. Not so good a poster. See you later. I don't like it. Listen, Lanzini coming on. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if that changes up the game at all. My gut says it won't. My gut says it won't. But, we'll see. We'll see. He's been rubbish, bro. For months, he has been absolutely rubbish. Which is so annoying because he was so good for a hot minute there. So good for a hot minute, Blaffers, allow it. He was so good for a hot minute, and yet now just nothing. It sucks. But still. 434 likes, people. 500 is on the cards. We can do this. Even if you're here just to hate on us and hate on West Ham and hate on Kurt Zouma, I'm 100% fine with that. Like the video while you're here because I'm giving you that service. 500 is possible, people. 500 is possible. Anyway, subscribe as well. It's probably better for us if you do that, actually. Very frustrating day from West Ham. Will Lanzini change it up? I hope so. He'll naturally drop into a deeper area. Hopefully that will stop Antonio dropping so deep, and it will potentially give us some space to move in a more positive direction, give us a bit more intelligence. I don't know, something in the midfield. Soufal getting away with it a little bit there, winning a corner from Kamara. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like he probably could have just let that go off for a Watford goal kick, but he committed to it. Anyway, he committed to it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. First sub, Saeed Benrahma coming off for Manuel Lanzini. Not shocking. Not shocking to me. Benrahma doing okay, but just not. He wasn't on the ball anywhere near enough. When he had the best opportunities in the first half, but outside of that, he just wasn't on the ball enough. It makes sense to bring on Lanzini. You put Fornals back out on the left. It makes sense to ball in from the corner. It was okay, but it didn't quite get his head on it at all. Played back out once more to Jared Bowen on the right-hand side. Looking to re-get across back into the box. He does. That's in a much better position. Declan Rice's head. It was Craig Dawson's head. Apparently, offside. Wild. How is he offside? My God, he really was offside. Incredible. Amazing. Wish he left it. 2 players behind him. I think Antonio and Souček maybe. Could have been Zouma, but it was... Ryan Fraser scoring for Newcastle to make it 2-1 against Everton. Bloody hell. Watford not going to want to see that. Equally, us not going to want to see it because they actually bought people. It's weird how that works. Lots of Brazilians in the chat all of a sudden. Hello, Brazil. How are you? I hope you're well, Brazil. I hope you're good. Hope you're well. I don't speak any Portuguese. I speak Portuguese in Brazil. That's a joke for like one person. Don't speak. Put someone from Argentina and Brazil next to each other. Can they understand each other? They speak Portuguese. So, there you go. The one person who'll enjoy that reference. Wellington Paulista. Yes. Yes. Big. Love that. Love that. Big. Discussing what the table would look like at the bottom there if it ends like this. Watford in 18th with Newcastle getting out of it incredibly. Just it's where we're at. It's where we're at in general. It's just you know what I mean? Oof. Oh, itchy nose. Itchy bloody nose, sorry. Where is it? Hang on, I just saw it. It blopped up. What is this Brazil invasion? I don't know, but I'm fine with it. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. Do you know what I mean? I saw someone at the chat. I saw someone, it bopped up. Said, who's my Brazilian team? Flamengo. If you speak English, which I don't know, I'll try. I can't speak Portuguese, so I can't talk to you. My dad spent a lot of time in Rio, and he went to Flamengo matches, and I had a Flamengo shirt when I was a kid. So Flamengo. The red and black. Come on now. It's a beautiful kit. It's a beautiful kit. Anyway, West Ham trying to work their way forward here. Go looking down the left-hand side. Whipped in by Cresswell. Not a great cross, but Lanzini is there. Fornals tried to take it over. Lanzini gets it back again. It's into the close. It just doesn't quite work out. Flamengo. There you go. Come on. Brazil, while you're here, like the video, subscribe. Come on, let's farm this, guys. This is an opportunity we don't get usually when apparently the entire nation of Brazil turns up. We're at 4. Like the video, subscribe. We're at 456 likes. We can make it to 500 with the power of Brazil. It can happen if we believe. Corner to West Ham. Awkward movements forward, but it works out and West Ham get a corner. Craig Cathcart giving it away. And now Jarrod Bowen goes once more to the right-hand side to take it. I wish it was Aaron Cresswell, but to be fair, his corners haven't been too bad. Have not been too bad. Darren Clarkson, good to see you. I apologise. There's not much I can do about it. Played into the box from Jarrod Bowen. Looking for the back post. Craig Dawson's there. Can't get his head to it. Cresswell battles for it, and it's just a huge punt up the pitch from Watford. Jesus Christ. The biggest punt you've ever seen. The Brazil international kit is iconic. Strongly agree. Strongly agree, just a yank. That's a great point, Danny Smith. It's something I would have to go back and check, but that is an unreal point. I can't remember either. They've just been not good for a while. We've been not good for a while, to be fair. But I do think if you're West Ham, if you're going to play against West Ham, if you stop the fullbacks, then you stop West Ham. I think that is a fair point. Blathers. I feel like I should check that. The problem is I can't copy and paste it. So I can't check. But it's a good shout. Hang on. What we'll do is we'll make this. Where's P in the alphabet? There. And we'll go with one of these, right? Are you ready for this? Like esse hang on. Like and inscreva. I think that was Portuguese for like and subscribe. Who knows? Who knows? Burnley. Watford with the corner. Whipped in from the right-hand side. Front post again. Feeling very West Ham there, corners. Not making it happen whatsoever. Not whatsoever. Whatsoever. Whipped in once more from the secondary corner, punched away from Fabianski. Another secondary ball from Watford, trying to get it in, can't quite happen, cannot quite happen. And Fabianski does play it out quickly. Oh, Chandler, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I can't see what it is. Hang on, if I click on this, can I see what it is? I can, it's a cat. Scenes. Thank you very much with the 149. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hola, Brazil. Hang on. Corta e se inscreva, por favor. I think that's Portuguese for hello, Brazil. Like and subscribe. I think. Still. Thank you very much in the build up for that for Chandler. As you can see on the screen, that's what we see on our end. So I had to go into the other thing to see it. But thank you very much for the 149. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Let's try and type this. 149. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, madam, I don't know. Thank you. Appreciate it. Watford trying to work their way forward, but not quite happening yet. We are on 465 likes, people. Come on. It's possible. We could do this. We can hit 500 with the power of Brazil. We can do this. We can do this. Why? I don't know, but they're here and it's happened. West Ham trying to work their way forward, by the way. It's Jarrod Bowen moving forward. Hits it from range. Bowen. Oh, my God. It's in. 1-0 West Ham United. It's Jarrod Bowen. A huge deflection. Sorry if there was a bag. I punched the mic halfway through that. An absolutely monumental deflection. And it's in. West Ham United 1. Watford 0. And I can't lie to you. We needed that very badly. We have been poor. And the second half hasn't been significantly better than the first, but it's happened. Ladies and gentlemen, it has happened. Jarrod Bowen with the goal. West Ham United 1. Watford 0. Huge deflection. Shout out to Brazil. He picks up the ball about in the centre circle off Lanzini, charges forward into an okay position, and I don't know who it hits off of. I think it hits off, is it Samir maybe? I'm not sure who it hits off of. But he hits it. It's not a great shot. Ben Foster was going the right way. A massive deflection. Not even close. Not even close to getting close. I feel sorry for Ben Foster there. It's one of those ones where the deflection is so big, he's wrong-footed. There's nothing even close. But Jarrod Bowen does get the goal. Picks it up in the centre circle from a pass from Lanzini. Charges directly down the middle of the pitch. And from about 20 yards out, hits it. Deflection. It's in. 1-0 West Ham. And we bloody needed that. We bloody needed that. I'll tell you that much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm receiving live translations from someone in the chat who's messaging me, who said that someone from Brazil was already subscribed. Thank you. Thank you, Wellison. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I can't speak Portuguese, but I'll give it a shot. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Por favor. No, that's please. What's thank you? I can't remember. Hang on. Oh, obrigada. Of course. Thank you. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. We'll try to communicate as much as we can. Cresswell playing it in. That's in a dangerous area. Just cleared away. Just cleared away, but all of a sudden, West Ham waking up a little bit here. Waking up a little bit. I did see that. I decided to ignore it. I did see that. To give the goal, it was Jarrod Bowen, and it deflected off one of the Watford defenders. I'm not sure which one, but one of them. One of them. 475 likes were 25 off. Yes, obrigada. Yeah, I remembered. After I typed it in, I was like, of course. Of course. Souček finds Jarrod Bowen again in about the same position he was in before. And that's a really nice ball through to Fornals. Tries to play it back. It's just over the top of Antonio Souček. Far side hits it. Not quite. Not quite. West Ham, though, all of a sudden stretching Watford every which way but Sunday. Good. good. Jared Bowen picks up the ball in the center of the circle again. He's playing much more centrally right now, and it's working an absolute treat. Charges forward, gets crowded out by a lot of Watford players who just pour in on top of him, but that allows him all the space to find the slotted pass. Ball comes across from the cross. Ball comes in from the cross, little bit over the top. Doesn't quite happen. Corner for West Ham on the right hand side. Jared Bowen to take it again into an okay area, not the best one you're ever going to see in your life. Finds Aaron Cresswell on the back. That's a terrible cross from Aaron Cresswell. Let's just stop talking about it. And Watford could break away here. It's King just going for it, taking on the entire West Ham defense. To be fair, he beat Kufal. Oh, it was close. A little bit scared. Little bit scared there. Cleverly was the one who hits it at the end. Josh King does really well on the breakaway. He picks up the ball early inside West Ham's half and it just charges, outpaces Declan Rice, outpaces Kufal in a big way, who had a bigger head start on him, then controls it, plays it back to Cleverly, who was arriving late. Thomas Souček was covering him. He's leant back massively. It goes flying over. It is what it is. It is what it is. Goal kick to West Ham. We are currently fourth as it stands. We go ahead of Manchester United. They will have a game in hand, but by a point. You love to see it. Arsenal with many games in hand, though. It will be a thing, but still. Agatha Christie. I have been seeing this, Martin. I've been seeing the reports today. Wild. Depressingly English. I've been seeing the Agatha Christie stuff today. It's been absolutely mad. Lanzini trying to work his way into the box. He does well there to just keep control of the ball. Looked like he lost it at one point, but his pass was just not good. His pass just was not happening. Ian Knight with a strong question. Charlie, what would you suggest for a Valentine's Day gift for my missus who dislikes football, but specifically from the Hammers Chat store? I tell you what, let's have a look together, shall we? This is going to be where I admit that I can't remember what the link is to the store. I think it's... Is it that? Is it store.com? I think it's store.com. And if it is, let's have a gander together, shall we? Let's have a look at the Hammers Chat. Let's really just be ridiculous about this. You can see Geo Gonzo's picks here. We obviously have the jigsaw designed by me there. That box took way too much effort. I can't lie to you. Bill Gardner's book signed. Scarves are very good. Another thing I designed here, the mug I was about to show you, but I have a different mug today. Our future legacy, the Master and the Apprentice, Noble and Rice, with an excellent drawing from someone else. I'm not sure who did that. I apologize. If you're here, hey, great drawing. Good polo shirt. I would say the scarves are pretty good though. I love that one. That's a good scarf. Link in the description below for that one. That's a banging scarf. Maybe a snood, cold, but other than that, mugs. You know what I mean? I like our future legacy one. Will she care? Almost certainly not. But I like it, and really, that's what counts. So anyway, there you go. That's what's going on over there. That's what's going on over there. There we go. Let's move that back down. Got any giant dildos? Unfortunately not. Geo might have some in his personal stash he'd sell you. At RedHammer8 on Twitter. And just have a little ask. Every girl would not want that. It's probably, I could have worded that better, but you know. There you go. Paul Harrington, the match very good. I'm just saying, bro. Where's the baby bells tonight, Tom? No one's calling for the bells. We've spoke about bells, but we haven't called for the bells. And if the bells get called for, then we'll see what happens. But it's what it is. West Ham trying to work their way forward. Declan Rice playing essentially into Lanzini. He's got involved. It's Pablo Fornals. He's got involved in interesting positions. Lanzini, like here, he's picked up the ball in the center circle, and I have just a bit more faith a bit more faith that when it happens, it will happen with Lanzini, you know? I think we're going to keep possession of the ball. That's not to discredit Souček or Declan Rice's abilities in any way, shape, or form, but I feel like we've needed a little bit extra, and he's given us that. He's given us that. See what I'm saying? Baby bells, let's not milk it. You know, there's a lot of conflicting opinions here. You got cheap blow-up dolls in the store for when misses away. No, but that might be Gonzo's. Something you can maybe ask Gonzo for. Again, at Red Hammer 8 on Twitter. Triple substitution from Watford, including former Hammer Jeremy Ngakia. First of all, João Pedro is coming on for Thomas Cleverley. João Pedro coming on. Exciting young Brazilian. Shout out to Brazil. Next, Firmino coming off for Jeremy Ngakia, former West Ham player. I'm interested to see what the reaction is. There a boo there for Jeremy Ngakia from West Ham? If so, shocking. The other one, loser coming on for Kembe. But there you go. Shout out to Brazil. Your boy João Pedro is on. You love to see it. Also, I'm shocked. Was that a boo? Did anyone else hear that? Did that sound like a boo for Jeremy Ngakia? Is that what I heard? If that's what it sounded like I heard. Because he buggered off? Yeah, but a boo? Really? Okay. Harsh. He was ahead of Johnson, to be fair. But it is what it is. Watford trying to find their way forward here. Pick up the ball in a good area. The dink over the top is not good, but an awkward clearance from Soufal. I guess it makes sense. Did he pie us off? Or was he... I'm of the opinion he was pied off by the board, but I remember being in the minority at the time as well, to be fair. It's just no one spoke about it for so long that my brain just goes, yeah, what I thought was correct. So, yeah, fair. Fair. Where was the other thing? I saw something in the chat. Where was it? Where is it? I can't find it now. It's gone. I mean, I can answer this. I can see this. I can't find it. Jeff says, what are your thoughts on Manchester United fans being adamant that Rice is going there? I don't think that's correct. Whether or not he leaves is another question. And I think Manchester United is a good possibility for him, but there's a lot of clubs. If he's available, there will be a lot of clubs interested. What I would say is Manchester United are probably the ones most likely to pay for him. So we'll see how that works out. But I wouldn't be so adamant if I was them. Let me put it to you that way. I wouldn't be so adamant if I was them. You're going to have to give me a second, everyone, because my television is crashing. So you have to give me a second there. You'll have to give me a second there. We'll work our way through and turn the television on and off again and see if that works. Scenes, we're back. Where are we at time-wise? Significantly further back than that. Let's see if it might crash, by the way, when we get back to this time. We'll see. I think the boo came from us, Mix. I believe it did. I could be wrong about that, but it felt like the boo came from us. I don't know why Watford would boo him. You know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Kufal, throw in. About midway through Watford's half. 1-2 of a header from Soufal. With Souček, sorry. He ends up winning it back again. Whipped in towards Antonio. There's no one in there apart from Antonio, and he literally ducks underneath it. You know. Here we go. The timer is now back accurate. Back accurate. The likelihood is high, Vinny. The likelihood is higher than it should be. Is it a cathode? Yeah. Big tube one. Radiates energy like something from the 50s. Scary. Quite concerning. Oh, Oh, a strong bell call from Deckers. If it gets backed, it gets backed. We'll see how it goes. West Ham in full and control of the ball right now. Just holding true with possession. 490 likes. Disgracefully close to 500. It can happen. We have 10 minutes to get 10 likes. It's possible. Played forward for Mikel Antonio. He gets the control. For once, he manages to actually keep it. He's being absolutely pulled all over the shop. That is 100% a foul. And he is fuming that he hasn't been given a foul. And to be honest with you, I agree with him. Like, and was that a throw-in? Antonio, he's calmed down a little bit. He was being dragged all over the shop there. He was being gripped up, something fierce. Yeah? I'll show you. I'll show you, okay? This is what just happened, right? Danny will play the role of Mikel Antonio. Okay? I will play the role of the Watford defender. No foul, apparently. Wild. I would have said it was a foul, personally, but apparently not. Apparently not. But hey, I'm not a ref. He does dive a lot. No, it's true. But that's the thing, is he stayed up and he was just being pulled all over the shop. It was wild. It was wild. Anyway. Did I take A-level drama? This is just natural. I just punched the microphone. It's just natural within me. Oh, bloody hurt. You know. And a second opportunity for a West Ham free kick there. Soufal is fuming. All the fans are fuming. He stormed across the linesman to scream at him. Lanzini's getting involved. The referee's come across here. He's got a yellow card out, I suspect, for Soufal for back chat. Yeah, he's given a yellow card for dissent for Soufal. Dissent is the way you should probably say it. But yeah. Yeah. Another, what looks like potentially an obvious free kick there. There are no rules. We have a throw in at the end of this, so it really doesn't matter. But there we go. Annoying. Charlie, you're such a diva. Thank you. Thank you. What was it we were talking about the other day on whatever show it was? Was it a Deadline Day show when we were talking about that and my rider and stuff? Was it a Deadline Day show? My days have all blurred into one. I can't remember at all. I can't remember at all. Soufal collects the ball deep into West Ham's half and just punts it forward. Antonio manages to get a chest, but second ball was won by Watford. Antonio getting forward, and he's getting on the end of these big punts up the pitch now. So that's at least happening to some extent. Lanzini through to Souček, plays it out wide to Jarrod Bowen. He's got the ball, puts it onto his strong foot, hits it. Great save by Ben Foster. Just pinged at him from Jarrod Bowen. Does really well. Iron Bowen at his finest there. Picks up the ball, cuts inside onto his stronger foot. It was the most Iron Bowen, Iron Robin thing you've ever seen in your life. My brain really struggled there. Puts it into position. He just was not stopped by Kamara at all. Gets to the point where he's a lot more central, has a nice angle on it, hits it hard and fast, low towards the goal, towards the bottom corner. It's a good save. A good save from the cycling GK. But yeah, good work to be announced as a new member of Water. Mr. iBase would be disgustingly happy with that. I would move up north for it. I don't know where they're filming it, if they're doing it in Rochdale again, or if they're keeping it in Scotland. I don't know where they're filming it. But I tell you what, I bet a southerner who comes up north has to learn the ways. I could do that. I could do that. At the BBC, tell them. Tell them. Be like, listen, we got an actor for you here, guys. You know? Some of the greats have been discovered from Waterloo Road. Jenna Louise, I could be the new Jenna Louise Coleman. I'm saying it now. I think I have what it takes. I've got all the assets available. We'll see. We'll see. Thanks, Shine. Appreciate it, man. Love you too. Oh, good ball. Oh my God, King, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Watford just wandering through past whoever was playing in the left-back position. I think it was Cresswell who was there at the time. I don't know if we were covering or what, but he just wandered through, pings in an incredible pullback, but nowhere close. Nowhere close. João Pedro trying to get onto the end of a punt forward. Doesn't quite happen. Pinged away. Thank you for coming, Todd. Good to see you. Have a good one, bro. See you for the next time you rock up. Always appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. We need you in Waterloo Road. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I need me in Waterloo Roads. I have made what I would consider the definitive piece of Waterloo Road fan media in my video on A Top Lad, The Genius of Waterloo Road Explains. I feel like I've made the best piece of Waterloo Road fan media. I feel like, if anything, that proves I should be allowed to be in Waterloo Road. You know, none of the other cast members have done it. I rest my case. I rest my case. I would suspect it's going to be in Manchester. I mean, it was in Rochdale before, which is just outside Manchester, right? Or relatively close by. Is it Manchester's really close? I think it is. I might be being completely incorrect about that. So I suspect it would be in and around the area. Do you remember that actual just ITV show in the early 70s about an old wizard starring Jeffrey Ballydon? I've never heard of it, Paul, until you say the name, and it's something that I will obviously know and I get the joke. But right now, I have no clue what it is. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you. I'll try. I could do that as well. I could do that as well, bro. I've got it in me. I've got it in me. You know? I've got it in me. Anyway. Anyway. Oh, itchy nose. Itchy nose. This is so enjoyable. I'm going to call you West Ham Jesus. It's been said. It has been said. Not in a good way, just in a long hair and beard way. You know? You know? By the way, we are at 495. I saw Blaff was midway through that, by the way, saying we're at almost 500. 5 more likes, and we hit the 500. We are disgracefully close right now. Disgracefully close. Yes. Come. Yeah, it's the vibe we're looking for. Get us another. Come on. You got a couple of minutes left. 5 likes needed. A second goal. We back it. We'd back it. Yes, Mr. Ibase. Mr. Ibase knows the facts. Yes. Not interested. Einstein. Mug, mate. He's a mug. He's a mug. 511 likes. It jumped up. Come on, everyone. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you haven't already. Scenes. Yes. Thank you very much. Get involved. Thank you. Genuinely. We never hit. 500 is incredibly rare for us. 300 is the goal. 400 we can hit sometimes. 500 is very rare for us. So to hit 500, thank you very much. Genuinely do appreciate it. Remember, we all played forward. West Ham free kick inside the area. Remember, we do watch-alongs every single game, every single match day on this channel, no matter what. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future videos. And like the video while you're here and all of that good stuff. Remember, we also have a live review on this very channel soon. So when the full-time whistle goes, don't leave just yet, because I'll be spamming a link in the chat for the live review. So make sure to stick around and get involved with that, because it looks like we might actually have a West Ham win to talk about. And just while we're here, I should also thank Chandler77, Rebecca, One Boy, and Brian Lee as well for the donations. They help Hammers Chat out and have horrendously large amounts. So thank you very much. We do really appreciate it. It's a sign of someone hasn't shaved their mustache, and it's a problem. But yeah, it's a problem. I get the itchiest nose in the middle of streams. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. You know. Bowen skips past the challenge there beautifully. Lays it short nicely. For Lanzini, who pings it across low and hard. It was a good try. Oh, Carl, what a reference. Declan Rice has gone down, by the way. Not good. We'll see what happens there. What a Carl, a man after my own heart. I had to find my glasses. Thought Ross Noble was hoping that, I will take that all day. Probably my second favorite stand-up comedian of all time, Ross Noble. I will 100% take that after Bill Bailey. I will 100% take that. Mate, I'm chuffed with that. What a boy. 525. Jesus Christ, we're jumping up massively right now in the likes. 2 more minutes left to go. And this is one I'll ask. We have 3 minutes of stoppage time, 2 left to go. And this is one I'll ask for the Hammers Chat man of the match. Let me know how many people. Sorry, I got distracted. Let me know who is your man of the match today. Whoever gets the most amount of votes, sort of from iView, will win the Hammers Chat man of the match award. My vote, Jared Bowen. Easy one for me. Big Jared. Are you allergic to something? Have a certain household pet? I am actually allergic to that, but we don't have one, so it can't be that. But I am actually allergic to that. That is actually accurate. More like Donna Noble. Arthur, just another banging reference. I bloody love that. Donna's the best companion as well. Donna, Rose, Martha, Amy, but I didn't watch enough of Amy, and I haven't seen any of Jenna Louise Coleman's one. But Donna, come on. Big ups. Yo, scenes. Ngakia puts the ball in deep into West Ham's area. Fabianski comes out and collects it. I tell you what, after the Kidderminster game where Areola was a little bit shaky and he's been pushing Fabianski a lot, but Fabianski has had a very competent game today. He's come out and claimed balls well. He's even tried to play it quickly. You got to respect it. Watching from the Solomon Islands, South Pacific Ocean. Love that. Hope it's all good there. Hope the weather's good. Hope you're vibing. Let's have a look at some of these. Let's have a look at some of these man of the match. Shall we? What are we saying? Ross Noble seems to be. He lived. I don't know if he still lives in Australia, but I know he lived in Australia at some point. What's the fund called when everyone dips in a few quid or something? The full-time fund is what we'll say. The full-time fund here at Hammers Chat. Very kind of people who get involved with that. So I'm just watching because Watford looked like, I think that full-time whistle was about to go. And there it is. 1-0 to West Ham United in the end. It worked. It was Jared Bowen. It was a difficult game, a turgid game, but West Ham do come away with it. Let's just have one quick look. And I should have stayed. Jordan Hugo man of the match. Love that. Zouma, Darren Randolph, Lanzini, fair shout. Where else we at? Keep scrolling. We're looking for Bowen, Sam Baldock, Zouma's cat, man of the match, Yarmolenko, or that Watford right back. Bowen. There we go. I mean, it's enough. There's some shouts for Lanzini. There's 1 or 2 for Zouma for reasons, but Bowen is the guy who gets the most amount of votes. Congratulations to Jared Bowen on the Hammers Chat man of the match. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I will double check now because we will be handing over to the review in just a moment once they are ready. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be able to spam that link in the chat in a moment once we have that up and ready for you. But remember to subscribe. We do watch-alongs on this channel every single match day without fail. I am here. Right, I've missed 1 in 2 years, and that's because work said I had to work that day and I couldn't get around it. So that's the only time I've missed it. Every other time, without fail, I have been here, and I need you to make it work because I do it by myself. And if you're not here, as much as Danny's a great companion, he obviously doesn't bring the conversation. That's what you lot help me with, because otherwise I would be lost adrift. So make sure to subscribe and like the video if you haven't already. We smashed past 500 in the end. We got to 532 right now is where we're at. 532, which is a huge one for us. I'm not going to lie. It's big. And make sure you bring that kind of likes and subscribe energy to the review, which is now about to get underway. I'm spamming the link in the chat. So make sure to go and head over there and vibe as well. Arthur, thank you very much for the £2 right now. Another good one. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. And thank you, everyone, for coming. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, all of that good stuff. Head on over, get inside that live chat for a review, get talking about it. Bring the like energy. Bring the like energy. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate it. And Arthur, one more time, thank you very much. I wish, Mr. Ibase. I wish. Enjoy, everyone. Enjoy the review. Come on, 1-0. We'll take it. We'll take it. Top 4, here we are. See you later. Bye.